Okay. So, good morning. We're going to play some Mega Man Battle Network 2. I'm Tterraj42.
I'm Rich.
Cool. And I guess we're going to make this a co-op run. So, halfway through the run, we're going to get a style change, and you get a random element depending on when you start the game. And we've actually looked into RNG manipulation to try and get a particular element. Rich has actually practiced it more than I have, so we're going to let him start the run so I don't get blamed for anything.
Yeah, I'm going to mess it up, but it's okay. So, it's not a huge deal either way. So, how does it?
I'm not sure. On a GameCube controller, it's AB start select, and
Hold on.
that was continue. Well, I think it's X or Y.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm pressing buttons.
All right, I'll
Can you
reset,
just
and then
reset.
you can. All right, ready?
Yeah. That was too early.
That sounded early. You want to do over?
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Okay. That sounded better.
That's a little
We'll
better.
do it. Okay. If you want to throw up a timer and start it, that would be fine. We'll pretend we're going fast.
Yeah.
But so, the Mega Man Battle Network games, also for the Game Boy Advance, I played Mega Man Zero earlier. Two of my favorite series, and in particular, 2 is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Mostly nostalgia. Not the best game, but one of my favorite games. And this series is very different from classic Mega Man, which you just saw. And as we get into the tutorial here, you'll get an idea of how different the gameplay is. Do you want to explain the combat a little bit?
Yep. So this game has more of a card game-based combat style, but essentially at the start of every turn, you'll choose your chips, is what they're called in this game. So for example, he just chose 2 cannons, and you use these chips in order to help you delete either viruses or just general enemies. So there's all sorts of different chip effects. For example, the cannons you saw were just anything in the same row as him. He's going to use a wide sword here that's going to delete the 2 viruses in the row just in front of him.
Shout outs to Wide Sword L.
Yes, wide sword is a very good chip.
Wide Sword L.
Yes, wide sword L specifically.
Oop. I will take the cannon. And there's also a lot of support chips like recovery or area grab, so you can steal the enemy's area. Because this game, since it takes place on this grid, there's strategy to the positioning. Like mini bomb is say 3 panels forward.
Yep. And this part of the tutorial is showing off the add functionality of the game, which lets you choose a certain number of chips and get more chips on the custom screen. So when you let the bar at the top fill up all the way, you can press the L button to select more chips if you've run out.
The stream is quiet, like overall. So on the right monitor, see how far the audio bar is going. If it's not in the yellow, increase it. Not you, them.
That's what I figured. I figured I wasn't that anything.
I got hit on purpose.
Yes, he actually did. So right now he's trying to get a 6th rank, so he can get a guard star, which is very good for the run. Absolutely requires at least 1, but it's also very good in general.
Well, so technically it doesn't require any. If you want to go fast, it requires at least 1.
True.
Shoutouts to Kizaron.
This fight doesn't really matter because you can't get a guard star from it. It doesn't have a Metar in it. Can't hear a word we're saying.
So is the game too loud, chat? It sounds fine in my headset. I know that's not saying much though.
Yeah, same to me.
The overall stream volume is just really low. Okay, we'll continue. Volume is still low. Oh my gosh, 1500.
Oh, you actually
That
got
was
it?
RNG manipulation.
I looked away for 1 second, and he got the perfect Zenny drop. Got it. This is an unfortunate draw.
You get the shotgun next turn. Bunnies are the worst.
Yeah.
This is gonna be rank 7.
You can still get a guard star at rank 7. It's just not as common.
We're collecting bug frags. There's a fixed amount, and I think things just got a little bit louder.
Did they?
I hear myself in the speakers more.
I can't hear the ambient volume, so.
So maybe increase just the stream output, not the in-house output as well. Unless you think the in-house needs to be louder.
Yeah, as he was saying, there's a set number of bug frags you can pick up in the game. And there's a merchant later on that he'll be trying to buy bug frags from, or buy items from for bug frags.
And the first thing we have to do is get the Z license, and it's just a kind of like a fetch quest. Go find these 2 things and pick them up.
Yep.
Since we got the 1500 Zenny, there's actually an extra shopping trip that we can do that speeds things up a little bit. I just need to remember to actually do it. So the custom bar filling up at the top, once it gets past the M, that's about 5 seconds, which lowers your rank by 1 if you take more than 5 seconds. And so we use that as a visual cue to try and time the fight to guarantee a rank 6.
Hey.
I'm also moving, because there's several factors that play into what rank you get. And so I get rid of the movement bonus and the time bonus, and I get hit once. So you get rank 6, so that's 2 guard stars. Yep. So this is passable.
Yep. Typically, you want to go for about 3. If you can get 4, it's always nice because this game, like I mentioned earlier, you have essentially a card folder or chip folder that you're building throughout the game. And something that's important to note is that each chip has a code on it that allows you to pick certain cards together that will help you to pick more cards per turn and just go through your folder as quickly as possible.
Welcome to the Mega Man show. And then you say, let's go. Let's try that again.
Okay.
Welcome to the Mega Man show.
Let's go.
All right.
If you get another 1500 Zenny. Oh.
Mini bomb. Yo, mini bomb. This is probably the worst fight, but we drew escape.
Yep.
So in Battle Network 1, the only way you could run from a random encounter is using the escape battle chip. And 2, and onward, you can actually run from fights, which has a % chance to succeed depending on your HP. Sort of. It's broken a little bit.
Yeah.
I got 2 guard stars, right?
Yes.
Maybe we'll get 3. And we're taking extra cards because your playstyle determines half of the style that you get. So if you select a lot of battle chips, you're more likely to get custom style, which lets you select more chips on the custom gauge, or
custom screen. Yeah.
Yes.
No. Do you pick up?
I want
sneak
the
runs right now?
300. So we'll buy 1. Perfect. So now we have to do a little optional bit of farming. Like, we got the guard stars, 2 of them, but we also need another specific chip, which is dash attack in the G code or star code. And the best place to get that is in the doghouse. And if we have those with the Gutsman chip later, we can do what's called a program advance, which is a very powerful attack.
Interesting draw.
Yeah, it's too late. I want to try something.
You're going to go for the double 60?
Yeah, you just have to. Figure I may as well. That was too late.
Yeah, that was going to
So we'll try and get swords on the one in the front. Oh, they're all B code. I guess this works. The Mini Bomb Master. That's like rank 6, nothing. There's a 50% chance that you'd get a battle chip, and it probably wouldn't be the right code. I don't know if 6 can drop G.
I want to say it's 7,
25?
8,
7, 8.
or maybe I think 8 was like the ideal one. Certain fights you can in the doghouse you can also still get guard star as well.
Yeah.
So. Program Advance, Cyber Sword, Wide Sword, Long Sword, Battle Chips in.
Okay, so does anyone in chat think that the volume is fine, or is it still too quiet? Because if it's too quiet, I'll come fix it. Rish can play for me. You know how to farm in the doghouse, right?
Yeah, I can figure it out.
So actually, you've learned several of the Battle Network games. What categories have you run for 2? I forget.
I've only really run. So I ran single segment, but my one run that's currently submitted is not actually a single segment run. Because my run was before they changed all the category names and whatnot.
VN Motive. I like your name. So I won't get the movement bonus, but we will get the time bonus. This will be rank 8.
Which I think is good. Yes.
Okay, geez, so that's 1. So now we'll do a folder edit, and we'll take out Rikas, and we'll put in this. Ooh, and I got the shotguns as well, all right? So I bought those early, and I think that's good. We won't set anything as reg. All right, you play a bit.
All right.
I'll be back.
All right, so we need one more dash attack G. Oh, my screen just went off. Okay. All right. Oh, I got an encounter. Oh, I could have gone for the... All right, so this is probably going to be a 7 rank. Yes. I could have gone for something flashy there with the sword, but I'm not confident in my ability to play this game. That is not good enough. I am going to put that in the folder, though, because that is still a good card chip thing. Take that out. How fitting for this game being based on the net. Yes, yes indeed. Oh. Probably should have moved. Yeah, I think that was a slight mistake. Let's see if I can line this up. Nope. Okay. So this is going to be 10 rank. So I got. So now that we've gotten the two dash attack Gs, I can progress with the story. So basically, our friend has been trapped in her own house with a bunch of gas. We have to save her. Now, Terra has some phenomenal movement for this comp here that I am not good at. So, yeah, I'm very bad at this comp. Okay, thanks, bud. So I'm gonna go quickly grab an extra HP memory. Heard some crackles. Huh?
Did you get the HP memory already?
Yes.
No. We gotta go back.
You gotta go back.
Yeah, we gotta show off the wiggle tech.
Ah, okay.
Right? So it's like after you get the HP memory, you saw how slow Rish did that
Yes.
section. So if you enter a menu, and then I think it's 4, right? Is it 4 or 6?
I have not watched
1,
the
2,
tutorial on
3,
this.
4. It's like they're not even there.
Like I said, Terra has some fancy movement through these comps.
Wiggle. So how does that sound on the stream? Is that better? Volume-wise. So Rish used a sneak run earlier, and the funny thing is, since this forces you in control of land, the sneak run's actually being used as land moves. And so if you move around enough, when it transitions back to Mega Man, he's like, sneak run's all used up.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Do you want to talk about the story? Like what's going, yeah, sneak run's all used up. What's going on in this scenario?
Yeah, so basically, there's...
Shoutouts to Kyrie.
What?
His strat.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could hold down left there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The so basically, there's this organization which is currently unnamed, as far as the story is concerned, that is trying to, I'm guessing, get money by essentially kidnapping Yai because she's part of a rich family. So they tampered with the gas in her house and made it so that she passed out while she was in the shower, and now we're trying to save her. This is the net navi of the guy trying to perform this operation.
Yeah, we saw Airman earlier, right?
Oh yeah,
Mega
we
Man
did.
2.
This is airman.exe.
He's easier. Not good draws. These pickaxes, though.
Pickaxe is the best. I don't know what you're talking about. Except
Yeah,
I
no,
miss
I
it.
was glad to get it. Once you get him below half health, he starts doing this other attack. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't move. Thank you.
All right, so that's the first boss.
Oh,
Chat,
yeah.
I would like a number 1 to 20. I'm
Mhm.
gonna change the background color of the screen.
So we're going to talk to Yai, and we're going to steal her PC access code.
We're also gonna steal some money from her telephone.
She won't miss it.
13, 19. Well,
All right.
13 came through first,
Yeah.
so should I just choose that one?
Yeah. Also, as a reference, I can't move while you're doing this.
My apologies.
Oh, we got the metal one. No, I mean, that's fine.
I'll try not
Just
to.
don't do it during a boss.
Yeah. What is the record for this game? So,
Dallas. It's like sub 230 now. I guess all the records are updated on speedrun.com.
they should be. Also, I believe they're up to date on Mega Man RTA.
Oh, I don't need to do this actually.
Oh yeah, because you did the
Early
earlier-
shopping.
Yep.
Me too, Mr. Ducks. So now we want to go camping, so we're going to invite all of our friends.
But they're all lame.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go camping, but he wants to net battle, so we're going to net battle. Hit me. Oh, did you see that read?
Yeah, dude, that was incredible.
I hit with the mini bomb. It's impossible. Good drop.
That's-
So do we have 2 G-coded
There's
hashtags?
yes.
Okay,
There's 2 G codes and 1 B code.
cool.
There might be a second B code in your pack right now.
Well, we'll do a folder edit at some point.
I apologize if I messed with your folder too much. I removed the V gun L's or 2 V gun L's.
But they're L-coded.
Oh, you're
I'll
right.
fix it.
That's my bad.
Nah, it's... So the folder edits are kind of... Like, a big part of playing this game is editing your folder to fit your style.
Yeah, that's true.
And Rich normally plays Star Force, so he doesn't understand what a chip code is.
Yes, this is very fair. I just put all of the best cards in my folder.
Yeah. Let's sort by attack and just mash A.
Heck yeah.
That's not right. Yes. No. Menuing is the true boss of this game.
Yes. Menuing and corners.
Okay, so we got the Z license earlier. No one wants to go camping, so we're just going to go take another official test. Because that's fun for 10-year-olds.
Yeah. That's what I do on my days off. Or what I did as a 10-year-old, I'm sure.
Oh, sure. Oh, there is another dash attack.
There's your 2 V gun L's. I was wondering if you wanted to remove the escape F, but
Oh, yeah, that's probably a better idea. Because we basically don't need that anymore.
yeah, now you can just sneak run through everywhere you pretty much need to.
So this is a gauntlet battle, so it's 5 back-to-back. And I set guard as the regular chip, which is pretty nice.
For this particular set of gauntlets,
Because it
it's
handles most of the enemies.
yeah.
Oh, would you Gutsman? Or you can just like press A. So kind of like in classic Mega, you beat one of the bosses and you get their power. In this case, you get their Navi chip, because all of these characters are network navigators, the artificial intelligence to help you navigate the internet. And then you can summon them in to fight for you. So that's pretty cool.
So that would have been the perfect fight to draw Gutsman on.
Yeah. So someone says they really like Trilance. So does Arathar, right?
I believe the term he likes is train arrow.
3 arrows. Similar. Oh, nothing. Oh yeah, it falls asleep. You want to refresh that?
Whoa.
No. Okay.
Nah.
Oh. Oh yeah, a couple. So.
So Prof 9 says, shoutouts to our 2 fast boys, Terra and Rish. Otta O fast. Oh wait, wrong category. Thank you, Prof. Thank you for the 750.
So in this particular run, our folder is mostly G-coded or B-coded or L-coded throughout the run. And so there's another category that specifically prohibits any chip that uses the G-code. So you're forced to use different strats than what you're going to see later on in this run. That's an interesting category. And actually, Marco will be doing that, right?
Yes, he'll be doing that in the Team BN Winter Marathon or Winter Festival, January 26, 27.
Yeah, so if you like Battle Network games, it's kind of like Mega Man-athon, but just for Battle Network. Team BN, Team Battle Network will do a marathon on their channel, twitch.tv/Team BN. And it's all Battle Network and Star Force games, as well as a few from indie developers as well. Which, actually, if you're at MAGFest, because this is pretty cool, right? There's 2 indie games in this showcase that were inspired by Battle Network.
Yep.
I know one of them is One Step from Eden. What was the other one?
Ether After, I believe is the name.
Triple. So that's a movement buffer setup. The cool thing is that as you move, you can input the next direction, and it'll happen on the first frame that it's possible. And so if you do, whatever, 9 moves, I don't know, and you use dash attack, you can just barely kill all 3 B tanks with 1 attack. So that's really cool.
Also, yes, my apologies, Skipper. It was Tterraj42.
Yes. My real name. Thanks, Krish. 160. Okay, so we got one of the Navi's walk program was stolen, so he can't walk. So we had to go fight the bad Navi that took it, so we can get the good data and then continue on with the test.
Yes, because we are good.
That's the wrong way. At least I remembered Dex's HP this time.
Yeah,
I usually forget that.
that is the one I always forget. So
We're gonna try not to use a sneak run, because there's a chance that I won't need one.
unfortunate.
And the menu to use one is about the same as running, so we save 200 gen if nothing else. Now we got nice data to confirm that we are indeed a nice Navi.
Yes, it is confirmed. Nice. And now, like all of the different license battles or license tests, it's usually 1 to 5 battle gauntlet, do some task, and then another 5 battle gauntlet.
Didn't miss a sword. I was worried.
That is the common thing that people do.
Ooh, that is good. So the guards won't work because we're kind of too far away. Guardsman's a good drop because like Matar 2s hide under their helmet when they're not attacking, making them invulnerable. And we don't have a lot of things that can multi-hit. So this fight takes a lot longer without it. Because now pretty much anything will take them out. Although, as you can see, I'm like mostly able to take 1 battle chip at a time, except for the start code. And that's folder flow, so as we progress through the run, we're going to get fewer and fewer codes.
By the end, the folders should be all G-coded and star-coded, so every chip can be picked. Like you can basically pick 5 chips per draw every single time.
Like that. That was amazing.
That is
That
ideal.
was too early. We had 2 dash attacks. That's insane.
Yeah,
Okay. That looked weird.
it's okay.
So you get a style change later on, and it determines part of the style change based off of your play style, but it only counts fights that have rewards at the end of it, because that's when it does the point attribution. And so none of these fights actually count towards which style you get. Ah, missed. Shotgun? This works.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got hit.
Too bad it doesn't matter.
Yeah, which is why we can get away with Reg and Guard, because it's a defensive chip and you're more likely to get shield style, but since none of these count, we can kind of just...
I'm trying to erase that noise counter. Not today. Not today.
All right. Tomorrow, though.
Yes.
Yeah, if you like Battle Network. There's also the Star Force series. Likely, if you've heard of one, you probably heard of the other. And Rish will be doing what I would consider the first actual speedrun of a Star Force game at one of these events. It only took 7.
7 of them, yeah.
Okay. Now we get to go camping.
Yes. Now our friends are no longer lame.
We got to go to my favorite area with the best theme, Okuden.
Yeah, we get to fight bears and whatnot.
Bears and bees.
Yeah. This theme is really good.
Who's that? It's odd that there's an NPC standing there with a custom sprite.
Custom sprite.
That's weird. There's a literal wall of bees preventing us from going forward, so we're gonna have to do this pixel hunt to try and find some props that'll let us maybe get past them.
That's funny too, because there's like no real indication of like which tree, for example, you have to interact with.
Thinking.
So what should we pick?
The lighter. The lighter and the stick, or the lighter and the stick and the paper.
I mean, I like the lighter and the stick. I like the idea of just like taping.
You're lighting a torch.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good. Oh, the stick won't catch fire though. Okay, let's just try using all of them.
Yeah, all of them. He has such a plain name.
And watch as the bees fade away.
Or just run away.
It works! And he gets the sound effect on it.
Yeah. It worked. I would Chipugetto, but like not quite.
We'll get that after Star Force.
Yeah. IQ 170.
And then over here, there's a Blue Mister Data, so we get an HP memory that puts us at 180 health. So we ran from a couple fights earlier. We fought a few others. Oh, and then there's a bear.
Yeah. So how do you beat a bear? You look at it and realize it's not actually a bear.
Yeah, it turns out it's just a robot, which would scare me just as much. But
I mean, it does not scare these 10-year-olds.
I mean, if
and 15. How old is Chad? What, 14, 15?
I don't know. He's basically an adult.
So on top of HP memories, Tterraj's also grabbing a lot of reg memories. Basically,
Good draw.
That is the best draw. So this game introduced the ability to add a chip, or to reg a chip, which lets it be like he did with Guard Star, always an option on the first custom screen.
Did you know you could do that in Star Force 3?
I did learn this. Not originally. I didn't used to know that.
I haven't played Star Force 3 in a long time, so I've been playing through it casually. And in the first scenario, at least 3 different people have told me about, did you know you can have a default chip?
See, I feel like there's a good reason for that, because even as a kid, I never knew you could reg a chip or a card in that game.
Oh, that's the wrong person.
Yeah.
So she's going to give us a knife. And then someone else, I like the old man, because he just
chops a tree down for you.
with his bare hands.
What a legend. I saw a weird kid jacking into that bear. Yeah, I agree. A robot bear could hurt you way more than a normal bear.
I have 2,250 excess Zenny.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're only supposed to have 800 right now.
Yeah. Which you pick up, no, not that guy. From Dex's PC, which is one of the reasons we get there. As well as getting Gut Punch B, which I should do full dirt at some point. I guess I'll do it right before Quick Man.
Yeah. So you can just sneak run through. Someone just left. Oh, so right now, there's apparently a bomb threat. They're trying to blow up a dam right now to flood the river because reasons. So right now we're trying to like essentially defuse the bomb because that's what 10-year-olds do.
Yeah, really boring comps though. There's nothing that happens in them. You just walk in a straight line. Yeah. You get to the end and you're done.
Yeah, that's like. Did you see how straight that line was that Tterraj just ran through that comp?
Yeah, there was only one path forward.
There was no detours whatsoever. That was incredible.
This looks like a bomb.
Yeah. It's really odd looking bomb, but It's okay. It's better than the bomb you can't see.
Oh, yeah. Pixel hunts. We'll grab this. I don't think I need to. We've got flexibility. We added a few extra things into the Zenny route, like buying extra wide swords, which is mostly up to runner preference. But I think if you have less than 5 in your folder, you're doing it wrong.
I haven't done the wide sword strat, so I can't confirm.
So good. Look, there's one right there. Okay, so this is what actually happens. If you go down the wrong path, you trigger an explosion, and it just wastes a little bit of time. So they're in fixed spots, you memorize it, and then you just walk around them.
Yeah, so thank God Terra is doing these comps, because I have never memorized them.
And then there's one behind the waterfall.
Who would have guessed? Certainly not I.
Yeah, sorry. It's crazy. Like, honestly, thinking about the scenarios and stuff, Battle Network 2 is probably one of the more serious ones. Gospel is like a legit crime organization.
There was a cutscene that we skipped right after you delete Airman, which basically shows Airman's operator in the metro station, and he gets a call from his boss, and basically saying you failed, and then you see a little briefcase behind him that starts ticking, and then you hear an explosion.
I found the source of the ticking. It's a pipe bomb.
Yep, gotta blow up the dam because bad guys and dams mix about as well as water and lithium. That is correct. When in doubt, they're probably trying to blow up a dam somewhere.
And over here, Speedy Dave.
He's not the bomber. All you have to do is just get suspicious, and then, yep, he reveals himself because he's so smart. 170 IQ, by the way.
Yeah, he's going to flood the entire area. The entire area. But, so, we bought 4 sneak runs, there's 4 comps, and because we've been getting the HP memories as well as the power-ups, which will affect your level, that means that we can avoid all of the random encounters. It's kind of like a repel in Pokemon or what have you. The nice side effect of that is you get to listen to the whole theme, whereas like in other games like Star Force, it gets interrupted every 3 steps.
We learned that in Star Force 3, the music does not actually, well, it gets interrupted, but at least it continues where it left off now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's funny.
I learned that in the end game comps where the music is so relaxed and quiet. And I was like, wait, this isn't quiet.
Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna take these out because they're not helpful.
G code, perfect.
Just one more.
You still have some A codes.
Yeah. Oh, S code. There we go. We're gonna put the mini bombs on. I really like folder flow.
Folder flow is key. He now only has 3 codes.
Isn't that amazing?
It's ideal.
Alright. Oh, and I'm gonna reg attack plus 10. I need guard, but I'm rigging attack plus 10 because it's more likely that I won't draw Gutsman, because now we're gonna get to see the thing that we're talking about at the start of the run.
Yes.
Okay.
Ideally.
And I'm just gonna get rid of all of this because I don't like any of these chips. They're all garbage.
Yep. This is a hard boss, by the way.
I can't even drink water. Stay hydrated. Pickaxes sound more effective.
Yeah, pickaxes are the top tier. I can't believe you hit that.
Well, I mean, he's gonna move in front of me.
Oh, does he always?
Yeah. I still need a guard. It's ironic. So
I
added the guard.
I was gonna say, look at this mashing.
He's invincible. Okay. No. Oh, that's really funny.
Imagine if you managed to kill him without drawing it.
So I don't want to get him too low because then he starts attacking multiple times, and that's just inconvenient.
Yeah. There it is. That attack was 10.
I did it in the right order. I had to think about that.
That attack plus 10 is 100% necessary, by the way.
Custom points.
Yes.
So this is a program advanced. A certain number of chips combined together into a more powerful attack, and this one is Guts Punch, and where Gutsman throws you. But it does, what, 400 damage?
400.
So that's just enough. Yeah, but program advances because they're so powerful. If you draw it like in the first turn or two, it's really fast. But Quickman, since you saw blocks most attacks, it's hard to beat him quickly regardless. So we just go for the gut shoot.
There's an even better program advance that we'll be getting later on. That is, dare I say, broken.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. L button strats, by the way. So, if I remember correctly, we randomly had like a letter tied to a balloon float down on us. And it basically says, "Be my pen pal from Yumland." And so, obviously, Yumland, given the name, is very well known for its food in this world. So we're on our way to try and get there via the net, but we need higher clearance. So we need to do the A license test now.
They don't trust us on foreign internets, so you have to be licensed to go on foreign internets.
Yep. Now, in order to be eligible for the A license test, we have to do these help requests. There's 3 of them, which are essentially tests in and of themselves because they really like testing you.
That's a secret. We don't know that.
Oh, my apologies.
These are real people that really need our help. Except for Blue Hat Kid.
Yeah.
He's just always getting in the way.
Always in the way.
On the plus side, we get to listen to Okuden more.
Yep. What a great theme. It's okay. It's not quite my favorite. My favorite's really late in the game.
I like that the bear is just...
Oh yeah, it's just tossed to the side now.
Yeah.
It's just left there.
They're just keeping it just in case. As a reminder.
It was so. According to the story, the bear was originally the mascot for the area, but then one day it just like got a virus and wandered into the woods and essentially became a real bear.
Okay.
If I saw one of these, I too would flood a whole area. That's fair. If I saw a single spider, I might do the same. Luckily, this game doesn't have spiders.
But it does.
Does it?
On the plane.
Yes, it does.
A giant spider.
It has a giant.
I'm gonna watch it just so you can see it.
Yeah, God damn. This guy.
I mean, it's like MacGyver. What a trap.
Couldn't bear it quite well. Nice.
Oh man, if only this were Battle Network 3, you could do humor. Hello?
I learned recently that Star Force 3 has humor. Unfortunately, it's not very good.
Is it kind of like Battle Network 5?
Yeah. A lot of the jokes require you to actually understand the story, and even then, they're not that funny.
I see.
Yeah, see, with all this walking around, you get to, press the R button to the tune.
HP memory, that was a test.
Well, wow, I'll be.
B.
Unintentional pun, by the way.
It's easier to do it on an SP. It's hard to do it like on emulator with another controller.
Yeah.
Oh, Orchard Kid.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
No pun intended. like it,
That
though.
is straight from Battle Network 3.
Yep. can't wait for Waitress Skip.
Oh yeah, that's the best. So this guy was doing virus research, and 3 of them got loose. We're gonna fight Gutsman first. So we got Gutsman V1. We're gonna fight Gutsman again and get Gutsman V2.
This way, we'll have. This way, we'll have essentially 2 full copies of Guts Shoot in our folder, and we're more likely to draw the whole thing.
Oh my god!
Look at that.
That's not enough. If I put on 2 shields and he throws me, does that do 800 damage?
No, it does not quite work that way, unfortunately.
Gutsman, say hi.
Meet Gutsman.
Oh man, he could have like one frame dodged
That
it.
could have missed it. Yeah.
That's right.
Perfect.
Getting the PA against him is really good. But Gutsman's a lot easier to fight than Quickman, so you kind of just like go for it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I didn't buy White Sword. I'm so upset. We'll get it later. All right, let's see.
So now that we have 3 codes in our folder, we need to narrow it down to 2.
I don't have White Sword L, so I don't think I have enough stuff to put in. These might go in. 4. Yeah.
We're using
We'll fix
the
it later.
Game Boy player on the GameCube in order to capture it, and there's the adapter, or like the cord that lets him use the Game Boy SP as a controller for the GameCube.
White Sword L. Oh, see if we had it. It's so good.
Yes, it's ideal here.
Those bombs have too much health. It's 10 and like... Our Buster only does 1 damage.
It's okay. Just mash faster.
I should have damage boosted through it, because you can stand where it spawns and then take it out that way.
To be honest, Sweet House, I honestly didn't know it was a thing either, and I had it in my house. I did not know the Game Boy player was a thing.
It's really nice. 3008, okay. Double White Sword. I think I've got 2 in the folder. Alright, we got 1. Come here. Oh, see?
Feels so good. Shotguns.
No doubles. So there's like a couple fights in the run that I think jump the difficulty curve a little bit. And so if you're not expecting them, they're pretty easy to die to. This is one of them.
Yeah, this fight's really annoying. It's quite common to just refer to these viruses as jerks.
Understandable. So I delayed a little bit. So that way I could line the 2 of them up, because the purple one moves into your row.
I was wondering if you're going to go for it.
Nah, I didn't have enough
Wait.
time. Which, the sprites on those guys are actually kind of cool. I didn't realize, but it's like their arms are kind of curled up, and then whenever they land, they're doing this like kind of cannonball slam down on top of you.
Yep.
I don't know where I'm going. That was 3, right?
Yes, that was all of them.
I was going to go to the ice house for some reason.
I mean, she's rich. Maybe she just has money for you. Who knows?
It could be. I mean, that will be true later.
Yeah. So the final mission, so that we can unlock the ability to take the A license test.
I'm not gonna buy wide swords because I forgot to. And I'll also buy the HP memory since I know we have a ton extra.
Just a little extra.
3. Now I can have 5. That's like 150% more. Wide swords.
Now we have the wide
11.
swords.
And we can almost rig dash attack, so it's gonna get a lot better.
You're getting enough reg ups to reg Gate Man later on, right? Or
I'm probably gonna forget, but yeah.
yeah.
So here we're gonna buy a power up, and we're gonna use our first power ups for the run. I think I get 2 of these.
Star codes are always good.
Maybe just 1, but we did it.
I mean, we have Zenny to spare.
I guess I should go ahead and do it now. So we're currently sneak running, but in this area, level 8's not enough. So I'm going to throw 2 power-ups into charge since Rich got Aqua Element for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Buster will be more relevant after we get the style change. So at this point, you could pick up Longsword L and have access to the Life Sword program advance. But we've already got Shoot, so it's not really good enough.
Life Sword is it's harder to hit, I guess, because they can just hide in the back row.
I was like, thinking about going to the bug frag shop. And I'm like,
I think
no,
you
it's
only
next
have
time.
like 5. Right
Yeah,
now.
the next time though.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll rig probably B actually, because we have more of those. And then I've got. We'll take out Gut Sponge because it's short range. Actually, maybe I should take those out. I'll put Longsword in just because I can. And then Sword Attack. So now that we've got Dash Attack on Reg, it's a really good chip for a lot of the fights. This next one's got 3 Spookies in it, and they start out lined up, and there's a 50% chance if they move up or down. So this could be really cool, or this could not be really cool.
This could also just completely mess
They
up.
all moved up.
But it did not.
Triple kill. It's not even star coded. H. Weird.
That's actually really weird.
But ghosts are really annoying because they try and jump out of your row, and so they're just hard to hit. And they'll come attack you eventually. They do a lot of damage, especially Spooky 3. But that was just really lucky. Getting all 3 of them. I'm happy if I kill 1. 2 is even better, but 3 is insane. I mean, not intentionally, probably.
Definitely not intentionally. Well, there's one thing that's intentionally manipulated.
Yeah, this is a single segment run. That's why I'm saving all the time.
Yeah, single segment until something goes horribly wrong, and then it's not, but...
Yeah, it's like I saved right before I hand reversed the controller earlier, just in case.
Always, yes.
Which, I was thinking back, and I think the first, marathon that I went to was Mega Man-athon 2. And I ran Battle Network 2 in it, and I died in the doghouse without saving. So that was 15 minutes in. So I just leave the timer running. We'll start over. I was like, oh good, I got sub 330. Those were different times. All right, we fixed the coffee machine, so now we're qualified to take the A license test. That was a bird.
I noticed.
It's beat.
I was like, what is that giant thing flying up there? Is that an insect? No, it's just a bird.
I think it's a condor.
Ah, okay.
So we've got dash attack on reg, which is really good for a bunch of these fights because it's just press A and wait. Cool. And this is another spooky fight, but they're not lined up, which makes it worse. But I have 3 dash attacks. How many coin flips can I lose? Oh, that was good. So this one we're actually just gonna wait, dodge, and then dash attack. So that's like the safe or the consistent way to do it.
If he was feeling ambitious, he could have.
Yes. See, and we're done. It's like it's over. We won.
Just take a little bit of damage, and now you just get the wide sword.
It's such a good chip. Press A.
This has been a really good gauntlet so far. Did you get attack plus 10?
I got a second dash attack. Is that okay?
I guess it is. I guess it is.
All right. So now is... Do I have sticker? No. I should have bought 4. Oh, let's just get 4 now. So this is the second fight that I think would probably pretty easily kill you if you weren't expecting it. But there's a really neat trick that you could do with dash attack on reg to line them up so that it's a super easy fight. But I believe in my first ever actual speedrun attempt of anything, these guys killed me.
I'd believe it.
Yeah.
This fight is kind of difficult if you're not expecting it.
Because it's 3 sorties, and they have wide swords. Oh my gosh.
Speaking of wide swords,
I'm almost tempted to.
it would kill them all.
Yeah, and see, now they line up, and he did 1, 2, 3, and then you face tank the area grab. And now at this point, they kind of can't do anything. But if you didn't do that, then you would be having a very bad day. Because they'd area lock you, and then all 3 of them would be hitting you, and you couldn't dodge anything.
Only you could press the Y button to like shield something.
Yeah, well,
Except
at least I have more than 1 row of panels. Star Force reference. I saved, but I didn't use a sneak run.
Yeah, well, things happen.
I mean, I was just hoping that the random encounters would have learned their lesson and just decided not to happen.
You're thinking this is BN3 where you just don't have to bother using the actual item.
Yeah, Navi Customizer. Very cool addition. Bug frag. I like that from this fight, the task gets a guard star for the run. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Nah, there's a chance that he moves like up. I guess not that. The meteor guy's the most annoying one because he's in the back and I can't do anything. This is a small window.
Yep. See, now we've deleted the 2 bad navies, which gave us bad data A and bad data B.
Mm-hmm. And together they form
Something that we give to him, I don't know.
the bad data BA. It's kind of like a program advance, but not as good.
Oh, hey, nice draw.
It's like wide sword. So you could do a little movement buffer there to take out the sideline, because if you just mash, you'll miss.
That's...
Mini Ball Master.
Got it.
It's good draws.
These are some fantastic draws.
I mean, when you have such a good folder with 5 wide swords in it.
I've only seen you make use of that, what, twice?
But it was good.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic.
It would have been 3 times, but dash attack is also really good and regged. So hopefully the satellite moves up.
It's it's just 50-50.
Or, you know...
Or just press A twice.
That's crazy. It's a pretty good draw. But if you use dash attack and the satellite moves up, then you get a double kill, and then you just have to worry about the meteor guy. But if you draw both Gutsmen, then you just press A.
Yep.
We got the A license. So now we can use the actual internet.
Yeah. we're now allowed to go to Yumland via the net.
We're adults. It's the A license.
So wait, is that the last license that we have to get in any percent?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because then it's S, then SS, and then SSS because they're not creative.
Yeah. Bong.
All these sound effects.
Incredible.
We're in the future.
So I believe that's the last bug frag
One
that
more?
you need to grab. What's that?
One more.
Ah.
Jumping the gun. There's one more hidden behind. We're going to run right into it.
Yes.
That's like most of these bug frags you find by accident because you're like, why am I stuck? Move, Mega Man. Like right here. What?
What's there?
Oh, okay. Bug frag. There's the bird.
That's it.
Hey, beat. That's so... Navi plus 20. It's star-coded. It's amazing.
So unfortunate thing.
King-Man.
We're trying to get to Yumland so that we can find this guy who's supposed to be our pen pal. But unfortunately, they're gone.
This is one of my favorite songs, though. It's really sad.
Yeah.
It hits me. Right in the feels.
Yeah. It's really perfect song for the moment.
Skipper or anybody in chat, do we have like a link to the YouTube? All of these runs will be archived on, I believe, both Twitch and YouTube. Could be wrong about that. Folder's good, right? I think the folder's good. So now we're going to fight the best Navi in the game, Cutman! Up or down? Down. If you destroy the rock, the fight is kind of silly. We'll keep guard. There's a chance that I'll draw off the program advance, which would be nice.
I think you did it.
Wow. I mean, I guess. Yeah.
Perfect draw.
Go for it.
Perfect draw.
That's Cookman.
Does look like it.
Yumland. Who's the king? Cookman. It makes sense.
Understandable.
Well, a good fight. He held his fingers like this the whole time.
Yeah. Cut man.
Both screens went dark at the same time. I was concerned.
We've lost power.
So, give me a random number between 1 and 20.
Ah, yes, chat. Random number, 1 through 20. 18. Okay.
That's good. Is that my favorite, or is 19 my favorite? Oh, we're in space. Thank you. That's my favorite.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice, Saint Steel.
Data face.
Oh, hey. I actually never noticed that was Data.
Yeah. So in the Battle Network games, there's a lot of references to the other Mega Man series, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. One of them, Lan has a poster. I forget which one. He has a poster of Zero. So...
And now we're going to go do one optional job that is not a test.
It's basically like in our path of like what we're doing. And it's very, 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 very useful.
I forgot this last time, but inside Dad's computer is a Reg Up 2.
Right. This is new. This is new.
The latest in strats.
Yes.
I don't know where it is, though.
Somewhere. When in doubt,
It's always top.
When in doubt is at the top of the column.
It's top or right. Later.
What was that? I can imagine. So right now, basically, someone showed up and deleted all of the navis in Yumland at the Yumland Square. Basically, Yumland has been like kind of their entire internet infrastructure has been destroyed by some navi, and so we have figured this out because we just happened to be there at the perfect time. So we're on our way. We went and told our dad, who works for Scilab, basically a government agency in this game, about this. And so they're trying to figure out, they know that the next target is Electopia, which is where Lan and everyone is from. So we go to and tell our dad this, who also knows because he's gotten a message from the Navi that we talked to in Yumland Square. And so now we're trying to get a weapon together so that we can counteract this attack that is impending. But we don't actually know where it is, so we're trying to figure that out. Lan's dad works at Nintendo.
Change bet. What's that? Do you see the Navi in the real world?
Yes, yes. Just chilling. How is that possible?
You can do !! schedule in the chat and see the full schedule and what is next. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Yes, the soundtrack in this game is very good. There's a lot of really good songs throughout. It's a reminder to stay hydrated, folks.
I always get lost on the internet. It's like, this is the 5th time I've been here. Which way do I go? Gonna refresh that page.
Yeah, I was going to.
This section is mostly just a fetch quest, but at the end of it, we finally do get our style change.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the fetch quest, we don't quite get the style change. We get the ability to get our style change, which will happen at a random time.
Random? We'll see about that.
There's a very... the game forces you to have an encounter, and it happens then.
So we get 8 bug frags that are mostly in the way, so we can pick up attack plus 30. If I got one extra, I could have got cross gun, which was in the control panel. Guess we're not. But then you talk to this guy who just happens to have the Yum key.
That allows us...
Suspicious.
Yeah. Which allows us to just, essentially forcibly take...
Borrow.
Yeah, borrow.
Yumland's national treasure.
Yes. which happens to be the file we need to style change.
Yeah, weird how that just works out. I forget, do I start taking the L's out now? This probably doesn't matter. I mean, these, for sure.
You're getting close to the point where you're gonna have Gator anyway. So
Yeah. And then that's a big folder edit.
basically, there's nothing else that
You
really
probably
matters.
don't even do that one until later. So I played the Battle Network games as they released. 2 was the only one that actually 100%. I'm not sure why. It was a big step up from 1, and I just really liked it. So I've got a lot of nostalgia for it. Did you start with the Star Force games, or?
So I initially started with 3.
Ah, yes.
So the first game that I got was BN3 White, and then I played the opposite version for my brother every single time they came out. And later in high school, went back and played through 1 and 2. Also played through the Star Force games as they came out.
Which version of which?
Yeah.
Yeah, starting with, so this is 2 and there's no version. Starting with 3, they split the versions.
Yep.
How about Star Force 1, huh?
Reminder that red is the best.
So now we use the Yum key to get Yumland's National Treasure. That's a draw right there. Why not? Oh, we got one.
Got one.
I missed.
Yeah.
I died in this fight once. Those guys do like 120 damage. They do a ton of damage.
Dude, look at that. Wide sword is good.
It's so good. Because then you can dodge it. You can hit them with swords before they attack, but it's spooky. So it's better to just dodge them and attack.
I always just go for it whenever they attack, but I don't remember how to time it, so.
So this next fight's important. It's RNG. There's a specific battle chip drop that we could get that would be really nice. So we'll try it. I need to not get hit though. Ooh, and getting that guy in the front like that, that's really good. Because now the bunnies can't hit me. It's more important that I draw a Gutsman. We'll take that.
Yeah.
So they're all at like 80 or less. This is about the best we can do. So now we just need to draw a Gutsman. And I've got attack plus 30. So this is V2.
Just overkill by
it took a little time. So this is probably rank 10. The bunnies in particular, if you get rank S, will drop Zap rank 2B. No, so we get the meteors anyway. Which is a required chip that you have to trade to someone later on.
Yeah. I actually unintentionally found out that you can get Zapring to be in Raoul's comp later in the game because I forgot to use a sneak run once.
Yeah, there's a... Ow. That hurt. There's a few places you can pick it up, which is nice. Alright. We'll just wait for that ghost to attack.
Yeah, this fight is also really annoying. I believe I've probably died to this fight before.
So he's got one more. So like the movement cancel it, and I didn't get hit.
Yep.
That's one of the worst fights in the game, I think. It's just hard to do quickly, because if you damage the swordie, the ghost heal it. So you try to kill the ones in the back, but it's just kind of random.
Yep. Also, yes, Midnight. Hail
dash.
Leo. I do agree.
Ow. Uh-oh. Okay, well, we're fine. Oh, it's probably enough. Perfect. I was going to use Gutsman, but since Gutsman's a time stop, if we can get away from it. It also is more likely to give you a team point.
I think you're very, very much on your way towards getting custom style.
Should be fine. So we need to buy sneak runs.
Yes.
You're going to say?
I was going to say, I thought that you were about to do
no,
waitress,
that's next.
And then I remembered that this is next.
Yeah. You talk to that guy and he gives you Fireblade R, which is really good on the enemy we're about to fight, but I just get it because I like the chip.
It's really like only this fight that it's actually super good on.
Okay, we'll show this off. So whenever he pulls his mask off, you can actually guard it, and you take damage, but you get a hit on him. That does so much, though. And then he's pretty much invulnerable at this point. Yeah, I guess White Swords will work. So you can block the area grab, and then you can hit him with mini bombs more easily. I don't know if we have any mini bombs left in the folder, but the poison drains your life really quick. But White Swords.
Luckily, you have White Swords.
All right, so now we're gonna do the cool trick.
Yes.
Super serious. Super time save.
This is a huge deal.
And I get stuck on the corner, the true boss. All right.
So yeah, in this game, if you turn around when you're walking into an NPC, and then like at the or like a frame or a few frames later, turn back into them, the game lets you walk through them. It's essentially an anti-stuck mechanic, I'm pretty sure. And this way, because the waitress is walking towards you, it's way easier to walk through that specific NPC. It doesn't. It saves time, but not a huge amount.
Task does it. So because movement in this game's weird, where left and right movement is really slow. Vertical movement is really good. I think I need to use these power-ups so I don't get random encounters. We're level 24, so that's good.
Yep.
Oh, that password was cat. So the gimmick for this dungeon, it's the mother computer, so it's like got a lot of security, so there's passwords everywhere, and you have to talk to the Mr. Progs who give you hints as to what the password is, and then you just have to step on the buttons in the right order, like that's river. And some of the hints are pretty interesting, pretty cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't really need to
memorize.
We just memorize it. So, all right. So we may have a sneak run enabled, but are you going? Okay. Aw. Are you gonna go for it?
It's not like this is a single segment. All right. I think we're close.
So, actually, I'll wait.
Yeah. 101? Yeah, this is fun. So what's up?
So, yeah, this game has a weird thing where when you open the menu, when you close it, it puts you, like, it assumes your next movement command. And as a result of... that gets me every time. So, because of this, if you go into any of like the actual menus, like the folder, for example, the game will just move you forward. But in that case, it moved him forward into a cutscene trigger, which tried to put him in the fight, but he was also in the menu at the same time. So it just skipped the fight and put him at the next cutscene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the screen got stuck white, but I was still able to play the game. So I just walked around blindfolded until I got to the end, and now we can continue.
It's actually the same. It's basically the same mechanic that lets you skip the final boss and be in one, correct?
Yes, this is true. So in 1, 2, and 3, they all have that movement quirk, so you can do weird things with event triggers, cutscenes or otherwise.
Yep.
Which is the first one?
Oh, I want.
Wig?
Well, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I would have said the top left or the left side.
Yeah, I was going for it.
Mask.
Mash.
Mask.
H knife. that sideways isometric font.
What does that even say right
I don't
there?
know.
I,
I've long forgotten all of this. This is jumps though.
yes.
That's a J.
Jumps.
I've memorized the pattern, so at this point it's like,
Yeah.
spider. That's your favorite one, right?
That's not the spider we were talking about earlier, though. Apple. Oh, coming up is my favorite password, by the way. B.
Can we get some B's in the chat? Anyone want to hack the supercomputer?
Yeah, dude. You just gotta. That's the password all the time. It's just type B.
Don't give up. Oh, there's a reg up in here. Do I need this one? Or do we, I think we skipped the mother comps.
I actually don't even know, to be honest.
How many do I need total? 22?
So that's not quite the spider.
There we go.
Instead, we have spiders. Well, I'll leave that till later. Throw back to Okuden. Yep.
I think it's
Bees.
there.
System close.
Oh my gosh, I got stuck in a corner.
Virus. And then here's the boss.
Yeah. So look to the right side of your screen. GameCube. We're playing on a GameCube. Inception.
Yep. So this is Shadow Man, the man who deleted all of Yumland, essentially, apparently.
How is one Navi so strong?
It's an excellent question.
Anti-damage.
So,
Shoutouts to BN5.
so fun fact, the fight that Tterraj skipped earlier was a set in stone encounter that he's supposed to get, that's supposed to give him his style change before this fight. As a result, at the end of his next fight, which happens to be this one, he's going to get his style change.
Yeah, don't you always get your style change on Shadow Man?
Can't say that I do. Well, you're missing, that's dash. That is a dash.
Did I get rid of the wrong chips? Probably did.
I don't think you took out any G codes.
So we're gonna
Heat shot.
double damage.
Heck.
See, Shadow Man's a fire type heavy. That's why I keep using fire attacks.
Yes.
Just about does it.
Yep.
So we're probably gonna see the blue Shadow clones.
Yep. Very briefly, but we'll see him.
That background though.
Zeros and ones.
He's gonna stop moving. And the blue Shadow clones, they're really good at blocking you. They don't stop projectiles. Oh, we're at the bottom of the folder. That's where all of everything else was.
So, because reasons, even though Shadow Man's levitating, he can't stand on broken panels.
Give me gut style.
All right, so now we're gonna see what style.
Yeah. So what element am I gonna get? There's 4.
There's 4 elements, and he's gonna get a random one. He got wood.
Of course. Of course. Because it's my cartridge. It only gets wood style.
So
Got wood.
this unfortunately means that I did not do the manip correctly. How many frames was it? It's like a 4 or 5 frame window.
I have no idea. So is it Rish's fault or is it my cart's fault? Because I believe either.
It's always my fault.
Oh, we get a bully Thunderman though.
Oh, yes.
There's one upside to it. So your element determines what your charge shot is, which is why it kind of matters. And Aqua is charge shot's just kind of insane, and it lets us do a few fights better.
Yeah, wood isn't bad per se. Aqua is just the best. It's good that he got wood. If any, I'd say wood is better than the other ones. So this is Gate Man. This is an optional fight, but
Alec is the worst.
Alec is terrible. For us, this fight is not optional. I mean, I guess it is.
It's optional, but it is oh so worth it.
It is definitely worth it.
Check out that Buster though. All right, someone's getting sorted. Come to the front.
Are you gonna let him remogate? Nice.
With all these swords? Get over here. If you get him below half health, he'll use remogate.
It basically blocks you. It blocks whatever the front row is, and then every so often just grabs you.
Oh,
you move down there.
I missed a sword.
Missed a sword.
Just for you.
Yep. Wait, I missed the attack plus 30 on that.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that deleted him. What is this?
Yeah. His health bar was more of a suggestion.
So we're fighting.
Sword!
Oh my god, the draws.
So I'm gonna try not to hit him, so that way, because 2 gut shoots, they do 400 each, and as long as he's got 400 or more health, he won't use remogate. So I need to.
Which means that if he remogates, he'll block the second gut shoot.
These toy soldiers are so annoying though. They're really hard to kill, especially with the Woodbuster.
Yes.
Aqua just destroys.
Aqua's, yeah. Well, you have some stuff.
I took the pickaxes out.
So the first time you fight him, you just get Zenny, and then you also get an HP memory at the end, which is nice. But fighting him the second time is where it's really key. So we're gonna get a very good reward from it.
Yes. 2 good rewards. So I forget, it might be the cannon shot, it might be the soldier can block gut shoots. So sometimes that happens and it's pretty funny.
I don't think it's the cannon.
I've seen stranger things.
Those guys definitely can block it, so.
Yeah, we're just gonna let him run into the hole.
And that is Gateman. So later on, you can come back and fight him and get more versions of the Gateman ship, which can be pretty useful. Yes, Lan is quite the specimen,
So
but unfortunately, he's apparently too short.
So that's how you get a passport.
Yeah.
Clatter, clatter. Everything seems so much easier in video games.
Yeah, just literally type 2 buttons and there it is.
Hey, can I have a passport? Yeah, sure. Aren't you a little young for a passport? Why, yes, I am. So we're gonna talk to this guy. This was the quest that we did earlier. We left him hanging for a while, but we gave him his response, and he's so grateful. He gives us 10,000 zenny.
Even though he practically got friend zoned at like the ripe age of I don't know, what is he, probably like 70?
That one guy at the bottom of Netcastle is like 102.
Oh yeah.
300 years I've been waiting for someone to solve this quiz.
Yeah. You see, in this game, Lan is allowed to just make millions of zenny. Just become a millionaire like that. Easy. Just go delete viruses. Or other navies, if you want.
One of the optional requests is literally invest in a company. So we just had our passport taken, and now we just had all of our money stolen. This is a very great trip for the first time Lan being on his own.
I mean, when you ask...
and then Chad was a bully to him.
Yeah.
So dramatic.
Dude.
Can you speak Yamlan? Or no?
I can't.
So what is that?
I can't speak wingdings, I'm sorry.
Oh, you sure?
No, definitely not.
Here, let's try it. All right. Do you think it's a yes or a no?
I think the answer is
All
yes.
right, we're going to say that. You sure?
Meeting.
Yeah. Oh, he liked it. You can speak Netopian.
Nice. Wow.
So good.
dude, I'm incredible.
Yeah. And so this is Johnny Bravo. He stole our money. We're gonna get it back. Which I will say, he's probably the nicest mugger I've ever seen, because even if you lose this fight, he actually just lets you do it again.
It's also, this is a weird thing. So you get all your Zenny stolen, and the game doesn't really give you any indication that you can get it back. Like, you have to talk to that guy twice.
Hey, Electopian kid, have so much money.
So Tterraj's gonna do a folder edit right now because he knows something terrible is about to happen.
We'll put roll in this folder.
No one cares about roll.
Okay, we can get rid of... It hurts, but...
Rest in peace, all of the wide swords.
Which actually, I don't have that much stuff to put in. Code-wise, it's now B and G.
Soon, all of the B codes will be replaced, though.
Cool. Yeah.
Asks the most insane, impossible question ever. Answer, yes.
And so now all of our chips have been stolen.
Yeah.
But we didn't care about any of those. Oh, I didn't put area grab in.
So all of the chips in our pack have been stolen. Our folder is still intact. And now, Lan is about to get angry.
Mega dummy. Where's that emote? Oh, he threw it on the ground.
Lan smash. And now we're just gonna,
Casually meet the best NPC in the series.
Mr. Higsby.
The B&1 music. Alright, so now we're feeling much better. We're gonna go apologize to Mega Man. Except our passport got stolen.
So now our passport got stolen because someone managed to break into our hotel room and steal it from our PET. And so we're gonna talk to this guy who happens to know things. I don't know how we know to talk to him, but
Jim. So we're gonna talk to Higsby, and he's gonna do us another favor and give us 3 really good chips. But I'm really just gonna use one of those to get area grab because I forgot to get it. Since we're wood style, because normally you wouldn't use this strategy, we need area grab to do this thing. And we'll see how well this works. So this is Raul. He controls the internet.
you have to talk to Jim first.
Who?
Who?
Literally.
Apparently this little kid just knows the ways of the world.
So we'll give him a Garth Star. You can say yes even if you don't have one, which is interesting.
Because you don't give it to him yet. You give it to him after you get your stuff back.
Okay, we're good.
So we're going to bully Thunderman. And this is, this has been fun.
Oh, that is so satisfying. Thunderman is one of the more annoying bosses because the clouds block you. A lot of his electric attacks stun you but don't give you iframes, so you can take damage really quickly. And if you're Aqua Element, which is what we want, you die in like 3 hits.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. So it feels good sometimes when you get Wood Style just to bully him back.
And it is technically faster if you remember to do the folder edits correctly.
Yes. I'm not sure who you're referring to as the second lamest Navi of the series.
It's probably Thunderman, I guess. Must not
be.
like him. But we needed Raoul's code so that way we could open up the security cube, and now we have access to
Mytopia area. So yeah, Jim has told us that we, our passport and, actually yeah, just our passport is currently being sold on the black market, and we have to go get it back. But first, we have to get these very, very important chips.
Doing a little online shopping.
WinStar and FanStar. You know, see, this online shopping is way more important than actually getting our passport back.
I mean, what are they gonna do? I kind of like the squares.
The idea of the squares was really cool.
Never again.
Yep. Well, they were sort of in 3. Not in the same fashion by any means, but
Okay, so now we're gonna take all of these out.
I think that's ideal.
Some probably more stuff. Let's see.
Oh, right.
We haven't taken a guard out, so actually
Yeah.
we'll just add that back in. So now look at this folder.
Every single turn, he can pick 5 cards.
I'll wreck dash attack
Chips.
for now. I think that's still worth it. And then we're gonna use a sneak run and then buy 4.
Yes.
Because we kind of want 5, but we can only hold 4. So if you use one at the shop, it's kind of like having 5.
Yep.
So wind and fan don't do a whole lot on their own, but as you saw with Gut Shoot, program advances are very effective. So eventually you're going to see the next one, and we'll just let it happen, and then you can appreciate why we have this folder. This is the guy. Oh,
He's trying to.
I thought that was the cutscene. I was confused for a second.
Nah, you just talk to him and that happens.
We'll do this. 100 damage Gutsman. Except this guy's probably gonna hide in the back. The fire guys like to hide behind people. Yeah. Hey, tree bomb.
Wow, Tree Bomb has a use.
Invincible. Tree bomb is actually a very important chip in the Japanese version because of a glitch, which you probably won't see, but it's cool.
It's, yeah, quite an interesting glitch.
It changes the run entirely from this point forward. Okay, so now we can give this guy the guard star, which, I mean, he's like the rare Lectopian guard star. That was weird.
Yeah.
After running Battle Network 2 enough in a speedrun setting, you might agree to that. So she paid 500,000 zennies for these chips?
I heard 500 million, but
100 million.
that was quite a number.
We're just gonna add these chips. So the problem with Snake Man is that my Buster won't hit him, and he also hides if
Yeah.
you're just in the same row. So it's like,
So Gut Shoot's kind of hard to hit on him.
I mean, it's easy enough, but it's not enough damage.
It's also not, yeah.
Because it only does 400 and he's got 600 health. If you're heat style, no, I think you
No,
gotta
I
be
think the
Aqua.
Buster doesn't come out fast enough. You can hit him like during those attacks.
But it does a lot of damage when you do get it.
Look at all these winds and
I
fans.
do have Gate Man in here. Look, all of my fans are here.
They're all there, yeah.
All 3 of them. Yeah. Oh, and Rock Cube. I'm beginning to doubt. So this is what we call bottom decking? Where the one chip that you want is at the bottom of your folder?
There it is.
So you do Wind and Fan, Gate Man, and then this happens.
Wind, fan, gate man. Really easy way to remember that, by the way.
Yeah, you just gotta say it. I think he's got an attack coming up soon. I don't want to hit the snakes, which is really annoying.
There we go.
And then you bring in Gate Man, and he just does a bajillion damage to everything.
100 damage 9 times. So it's really good with attack plus 10s and attack plus 30.
Yeah. And so we get all of our chips back, which we don't care, and the melee code, which we do care, and 10,000 zenny.
Which we do care.
Yeah. But we can find a use for it. I can spend 10,000 zenny.
Somewhere.
But that's it. So we got mugged like 3 or 4 times, but we got it all back. And so now we're good. And we can get on with the rest of the trip.
Yep. So that was all day 1 of the trip. So surely on day 2, nothing can go wrong.
Yeah, everything that can go wrong has already gone wrong. By Jove.
Oh my god.
The technology we have in the future is amazing.
Just walk through a wall. It's incredible.
Watching the task do this is funny because he just clips through everyone.
It's so great.
A dungeon.
How did... So, basically, we were at
This wasn't on the brochure.
We were invited to attend a meeting of net battlers to try and figure out what to do about this organization Gospel. And at this meeting, apparently Gospel managed to hijack it and sent all of the net battlers into the dungeon of the castle that we were just in.
There's a spy.
Yep. So
It's probably Chad.
it's always Chad. Chad, guy. Never liked him anyway. So technically, you can sneak run through these areas, but we only have the ability to have 4, and there are 5 comps. So because we can sneak run through this area, we can also run from encounters. And this is the smallest area, so we just choose to run from all these fights, and you sneak run through the others.
If you can sneak run, you are guaranteed a 2-turn escape, but not necessarily a 1-turn escape. In this area, we're a high enough level that we can 1-turn escape. So if you run out in a later area, it takes 2 turns, and so that can be problematic.
Yep. So right now, the ceiling is collapsing on us and this princess who happens to be here. It's very odd.
She dropped her favorite battle chip, so she's looking for it, and then she'll help us.
Ah, yes.
But the mechanic here is that there's a bunch of these like NPCs that spawn and chase you. A zombie will take you to a specific spot. Got a machete. Forgot the strap.
Oh, yeah. So there's the bandit who he's currently trying to avoid. That will take a large portion of your zenny.
Oh, he's so far behind.
I
You can
know.
watch him like inch backwards.
Yep.
That is madness.
It's incredible. So if you mash the A button, well, every time you press the A button, it slows down the other NPCs moving.
The game does a check to see, are you interacting with anything? And so for that, like, I guess 1 frame that it's checking to see if you're interacting with anything, all the NPCs stop.
Jennifer, skip.
Jennifer, skip. Wireless. Our horoscope was right.
So at the airport, Mail gave us an item called wireless because everything in this world is currently wired.
It's the superior form of
it was
connection.
it was apparently our lucky item in our horoscope, and we managed to use it to throw it to the jack-in port because Lan is.
That's all those video games. It says excellent hand-eye coordination. I need this.
He's incredible at everything he does.
No, it stole all my money. So now we're behind the zombie.
So luckily, when you get your zenny stolen, it's not actually permanently gone. It's just you have to go grab it at the end. The third NPC that you can run into in these areas is the vampire, who will basically just do some damage to you and run off. He's not really that bad, but so yeah, we just got our zenny back, and we're done with this area. And the fire's gone.
It's Crispy Raoul. You okay there, buddy?
And turns out it was Proto Man all along.
That's really weird. So we can't really do anything?
Told you I'd never trusted Shard.
Tree bomb. Oh, he hit me. Oh, that didn't do anything. He's got a shield.
Seems unbeatable to me. Well, you have.
Got you. Oh no, I did it wrong. That actually hurt.
There we go. Wind Fan, Gate Man.
He's got 900 health too.
And that's Proto Man.
Such a good program advance. And it's only 3 chips too.
Yep. Also, the Chod was not the bad guy here. He just thought we were the bad guy, so...
I mean, I still consider him pretty rude.
Oh, yeah. Turns out it was the princess all along. What a twist.
Just like imagine like having a USB thumb drive and throwing it across the room.
He did it twice in one day. Lan is a legend. It's unbelievable.
I didn't need that one. I
No.
just really like long swords. It was an L-coated sword, and I felt compelled to pick it up.
Imagine having to imagine being able to plug in a USB without needing to turn it around 3 times. I certainly can't.
Oh.
It's the hardest thing.
Shoutouts to USB-C.
How much force is he throwing it with to actually get it all the way into the slot? See, Lan is a superhuman, so all of the force.
Oh, I think I picked up a bug frag without thinking. Didn't need that.
Maybe you can go get crosscut now.
Yeah, we do go back there.
You do.
So this is a full energy. I'm probably going to complain about it the rest of the run because now I have to menu down for sneak runs. But just in case.
It's just safety. Oh, was that because it
The bug
expired?
frag.
Oh my god.
So it froze me for a second. I didn't need that 200 hit points. So we need to use the power up to increase our level at some point. So we just do it now. Quarter clip. So the hitboxes aren't entirely there. All right, is he gonna jump?
I don't believe. I have faith.
It's a reasonable start. So this is Nightman. He's got stun body on, so my 2 damage because I used that power up.
Yeah.
Buster only does 1 when his armor's up.
Is that it? That's it.
That's amazing.
He's not gonna jump.
Okay.
So like I said earlier, it's really the Gator program advance is really good with attack plus 10s and attack plus 30s. So on an ideal draw, you can do 1,170 damage with 1 press of a button.
Oh, it's been a while. Give me a random number between 1 and 20.
Ah, yes. Chat. Preferably not 13 or 18.
I mean,
4.
if they say 18, that's fine.
4 was the choice. All right, I'm gonna do it now. And there we go. Yes, Tara, that was so necessary. So there was an NPC murmuring something about a spider, saying it was probably not a big deal to just, put a spider in luggage. Whoa, there's 2, unique sprites. What is happening here? So now we're on an airplane, on our way back home. We're just gonna steal this HP memory because why not? Borrow, correct. It's only temporary. So we're just gonna talk to the pilot real quick. It's gonna give us a brief tour and then tell us to go back to our seats. Now we got to talk to a couple people. Specifically, two of the custom sprites that we saw earlier, and then two other people that we just happened to be able to talk to. That guy's text was not suspicious in any way. Not at all. Time for lunch. So there just so happens to be a merchant in this TV that sells sneak runs.
Very convenient, especially since in the previous area we got an extra sub-mem, so now we can carry 5.
Yep. So Lan had to use the bathroom, and
He ate too much airplane food.
yeah.
So now we're going to talk to this guy, and we're going to hear a scream in the back of the plane that no one else heard or is concerned about.
Yeah, only us. Now we need to get a doctor.
I'm sure he's fine, and or not important to the story. Dr. Iron Fist is cool, though, because the Silverfish chip he gives us is actually really good, especially in the manipulated run,
Yep.
because it's got one of those command code inputs that lets you do really cool things with it. And so this is the bug guy, and he's going to send us on the best scavenger hunt ever.
We
Oh.
need to get a hat. Well, we need to get a way to trap a spider, because there's a spider loose on the plane. So apparently this spider really likes whiskey.
I like how first class is essentially 2 living rooms. Can imagine putting your living room on a plane and then flying it internationally.
It's incredible. You gonna sing a tune, dig?
There's a fantastic video of this by the Let's Player EPEM on YouTube.
So now he's gonna rap for us, and we have to repeat the rap back. And he gives us whiskey, because it doesn't matter that he's underage.
It's maritime laws. We're overseas.
Yeah, I guess.
Everything is.
So this lady is gonna give us string after telling us her life story. Or no, chopstick. She gives us a chopstick.
A single chopstick.
Single one.
We only need one.
And she's gonna give us the string. And so we're going to set up the best trap ever by placing whiskey under a pilot's hat that's held up with a chopstick, and then pull the chopstick out with the thread. Excellent.
This is the best trap ever. This is the only time you ever see the spider. Look at that. It was on a plane.
It's huge. It's literally bigger than their heads.
Yeah. I think I saw something moving.
I swear to God, Tterraj.
Oh, it's just the bird. We did it. Crisis averted. Except now the plane's going to crash.
Yes. So now something's happening to the plane, and it's failing all over the place.
The best part was, though, the only person who got bit by the spider was also the official net battler that was on the plane to prevent it from crashing due to a virus. So now we're dependent on this 10-year-old kid. So
It's okay. He's already saved a dam from blowing up. He saved the official Net Battlers meeting in Netopia. He saved Electopia in general from being destroyed by Shadow Man.
I don't think Raul would consider that saved. He got a little burned.
He's alive. I mean, you see,
Johnson? Jennifer? Do we ever see them again?
I don't know about Jennifer or Johnson. Oh boy.
Press F.
But Raul is 100% alive, confirmed in later games.
Indeed.
His flight has been a train wreck so far. Oh God. Yeah, this flight is had everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. That's pretty common in this game. You might notice.
So the gimmick here is that the plane is magnetized, so don't bring magnets on airplanes because that'll make them crash, just like cell phones. And so you have to find the control panels to demagnetize the plane, and then the other control panels to fix the plane.
Yep.
What do you think of the song for this comp? I know some people like it. I kind of do. Others don't.
It's really polarizing.
You took it from me.
But that was one of the only times I've ever had like an intentional pun.
Worth it.
I actually really like this song. I think it's really good. Also, according to Midnight, Jennifer was in the N1 Grand Prix, so she's all right. I can't confirm Johnson is still alive, but
Oh, like the M1 Grand Prix in BN3?
yes.
But Johnson was in there too, actually, wasn't he? So I guess they both were. Everyone's fine.
Yeah.
And or BN2 didn't happen.
Just pretend nothing ever happened.
I mean, after all the internet radiation, maybe the rest of the series is just...
Yeah. That's probably exactly what happened. Everything after BN2 is just Lan hallucinating. In like a coma.
I mean, like, when the next game is BCC, you're like, well, it makes sense now.
Yeah, that explains a lot.
That's true. Sean, or Shun, is in both.
Airman's operator is alive in BCC. Yeah, this is very true.
So Midnight probably remembers. What was that like video series that had Airman's brother as a character and he was seeking vengeance?
I have not even heard of this. What?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you came in after that. I think Prof streamed like some marathon. It was amazing. Which Mega Man is this? So this is Mega Man Battle Network, specifically the second one. And it's a very different Mega Man game.
Yes.
We're currently avoiding random encounters, so you're not going to see any gameplay until we get to the boss. But it's focused more on strategy and deck building elements.
It's more of it's what we like to call an action RPG, rather than a platformer.
Mega Man can't jump.
Actually, he can jump better than Lan.
In 6.
Confirmed in BN6.
I mean, can he, or was that just the robot?
It could have just been the copy, the copy bot, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
What about network transmission? Also true. And that happened before this.
What's a network transmission? Mega Man Battle Network 1.5. Hopefully this is the last breakup I need. 1. If I didn't forget any, we can fix my folder now.
Yes. Reg, the most important chip in the game.
Folder back?
Ooh. Not quite in this game. Is Varsword in this game?
So that was the wrong way, and now since these are magnet panels, we're just going to go in a circle.
Yeah.
This is the red one that I needed to take.
He can jump up to 11 times in a row. Mega Man is incredible.
Oh yeah, with double jump, that's crazy.
Also, apparently Midnight doesn't know what you were talking about with that game with Airman's operator's brother. Unfortunately, that's going to be left a mystery for now.
I'll think about it. There was a video series that Prof streamed. Pretty sure. Okay, I used 5 sneak runs. I think my movement was a little suboptimal. Going around the circle.
I mean, yeah, you went around the entire circle. So.
But it's like those don't actually add to your step counter, which is cool.
Luckily, yes. There's still a little bit extra movement. And here we have the boss of the area. after a quick full
In
route.
this magnet-related dungeon, I wonder who it could be. Yes, we had enough. Okay.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. Oh. Which
that
is
in.
my least important chip?
Rock Cube.
Recon 30.
That probably yes, actually.
Silver Fist. So that's a good chip. Hopefully I can do the code and you can see it. So now we have 3 wins in the folder, 3 fans in the folder, and Gateman on reg, and I didn't draw any of my fans. They have all abandoned me.
There are 6 of them. It's
And
Wind
now-
and Fan.
I can't hit him because he's hiding in the back. This is the problem with Wood Style.
Yeah. Can't get any damage in. And Gateman.
Oh,
Now he just needs. Well, now you need to get an extra 100 damage in.
I kind
Now-
of forgot that this wouldn't kill him.
And now he can do north-south tackle.
Oh, I can hit him during that. I think he's got super armor though, so I'm not sure what'll happen. Do it.
Oh, you got 20 damage in.
That
You
was
might
not. That was not worth it.
Might want to be a little careful there.
All right, I'll try and do this.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, too early. Silver Fist. So if you do the correct inputs, you'll throw 1 rocket fist down each row, and it does breaking damage, and it's just really cool.
It's super good.
And there's one fight in particular where the fact that it is breaking damage will make a difference. And now we're finally back in Electopia.
Yep. We've made it home after the most ridiculous flight ever.
You know what I didn't do?
What's that?
Buy souvenirs.
You didn't get. Oh no.
So I think what we'll do is we won't buy the power up, and we'll just get the one from the hidden prog.
That makes sense. You don't have to get both.
No, there's one or the other.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. But so you can. I didn't know this until we started speedrunning because we were looking up like all the different Zenny sources that you could get. And you can buy souvenirs before, like after you beat Nightman, but before you get on the plane, there's an NPC that appears, and you can buy souvenirs that you can give to your friends, and in exchange, they'll give you like battle chips, or in Yai's case, she'll just give you a bunch of money.
Yep. It's actually kind of funny because the souvenir you buy for Yai, the guy literally says, this is normally worth 10,000 zenny, but I'll give it to you for 1,000 zenny. So you buy it, you give it to Yai, and she actually gives you 10,000 zenny.
Was it 10 or 100,000? I feel like he might have been embellishing a little.
I'm pretty sure it's. Oh, he might have said 100, but I could have sworn
Either way.
he said it. So what Terra just did was use an item that he got from Okuden earlier, which is Gate Key A, which allows him to travel to another square on the internet from that warp, and also the warp at the other square is open, so he can travel to that warp from there. This is really important coming up soon because we're going to soon have limited access to the internet. It's very important that he did it when he did.
Yeah, because now the internet is frozen.
Yes. So there's a bunch of like these different ice sprites all over the place that block your path. Only certain ones we can break. Right now we can only break the gray ones, I believe.
Yeah.
And there's only a few, very, very minor number of gray ones. So our access throughout the internet is very, very limited.
There's only one that matters.
Yes. Right.
2.
Yes.
Did I get that now?
I think there might be a slightly better time, but it doesn't matter either way.
Oh yeah, because we come here after we get the red cure. So we need zapping to get past a certain point in this scenario. And there's one fight from these ice cubes that gives you 3 bunnies, which is kind of perfect. And so as long as we get a reasonable draw, we can triple delete this.
Yep, so if you get an S rank on this fight, it's just...
This is concerning because they're moving in sync, which is really awkward.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the triple delete should hopefully get you. Is that Gutsman? Or you can also just do that. Yeah.
I mean,
Either way.
We'll bring back Gutsman. He can have one more moment.
So this triple delete should get him an S rank, which does that guarantee Zapring 2B
Yeah.
from this fight?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. The reason it's a chance in the other fight is because of the meteor guy.
Yeah. So now that he has that, there's pretty much no other chips that he has to get that are story related. That's like the main one. So now, I forget why you're told to go this way, but
You're not.
You're not? Oh, so you just have to find out on your own. So
Yeah, it's like the internet is frozen. Try and figure out what to do, and so you just look around for ice that you can break, and eventually you end up over here, and there's one. And after you break it, the guy you talk to gives you a key item that you then take to your dad
yes.
and continue the game. There's probably some NPC like out in the back of Okudens that, have you been to Karabuki Square? And then you're, oh, okay, we'll go there.
Yeah.
So this is the fight. I wonder. Well,
So
we'll see what I draw.
This is the fight where it's useful that you can draw it.
Do it. We got wood style. It's kind of like as bad as possible. Well, what if I were to just like put Silver Fist in slot 2 for no reason whatsoever, and then like happen to reset my game and wait for a second and then start the fight? What do you think would happen?
I think you would happen to majestically draw Silver Fist.
Man, that is so incredibly lucky.
Huh. Wow.
If only I were good at the game. That was funny.
So yeah.
We got it. So since it does breaking damage, otherwise the Dominerds have the same stone body effect that Nightman does, and you can only do 1 damage at a time unless they're attacking. And because I'm wood style, my charge shot's essentially useless. It's a really kind of unfun fight.
Yeah. That fight is really annoying unless you can use Silver Fist.
Mm-hmm. So now we're just gonna, because we feel like it, take a little international trip
Yeah.
to participate on a quiz show.
Yeah, so we're allowed, because we saved the plane, we're basically given free trips to wherever we want at any time. And because of the way this game works, those trips happen to be instantaneous.
Silver Fist in the chat.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
Silver Fist, I appreciate your help. Oh,
You have to talk to the other prod first.
that's true.
That's right.
Got to save roll and then go to the park.
Yeah. Well,
This-
you save roll, and then you save the prog, who's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in the same area.
yeah.
And that prog is like, oh yeah, something about that this other prog who's. Yeah, this whole scenario is really not very specific on like what it wants you to do.
It's just a lot of back and forth,
Yeah.
especially in the second half. Is there a way of kind of like reusing the areas? Because now that we've got access to all sections of the internet.
There's also the fact that you get sent to one specific area soon that you have to go back to several times, and it takes time to get to.
I didn't draw 2 wide swords. I don't know what to do.
Unfortunate. Is that actually what your plan is for this fight usually?
No, Silver Fist. That would
True.
be the effective thing to do.
True.
But with your two Gutsmen, if you have Aqua Style, you're just like, well, I'll just charge shot everything.
Because Aqua Style is the best.
It's really good.
Too bad I messed
It's
it up.
also blue, which is
Unfortunately.
faster.
Wrong. I mean, it is faster, but it. Red's the best, by the way.
A heat style?
I don't want to talk about heat style. Better than elect style, at least.
I mean, it's not saying much.
Yeah.
That's like saying you're
So-
faster than Fat Kid.
Wow. Shots fired.
I think it gets me in this fight. So this is the triple ratty fight. These guys are annoying.
They
We
did
did not get it.
If you can
We
get them
did
all
get
to
it.
line up with that
I
gate
don't
man
think we
drone.
get enough. Just do this.
So that's gonna do. Ooh, that's gonna leave one at 20.
20. Oh, he's in panic mode.
This rat's going crazy.
Oh, my charge is so ineffective right now. Save me, Gutsman. Alright.
was
Crazy
like,
one's
wait.
dead.
I was like, wait, how did you just get the aqua style buster? Where did that come from?
I actually have one battle chip that does it. Okay. Where were you at the start of the fight?
Super unnecessary, by the way.
That's custom points? Question mark? It's marker strats. Hey, HP plus. I forgot you could get these from fights if you're bad.
And get hit.
It's like, what was it? Dash attack L? You can only get it if you're below 25% hit points. Silver Fist.
That's man.
I mean, this
Oh,
is the
wait.
only thing that actually kills them.
That's one turn right there.
So the cloudy virus jumps up and spends a lot of time kind of invulnerable, and then they throw out rain clouds which cover your area. So it's kind of a lot of crowd control. They're especially annoying in Battle Network 1 against the final boss.
Yes.
Hey, other doc. So you talk to this guy and he gives you heat data, and oh no, I ran into someone. I guess we're just gonna have to fight this guy. Cutman's such a tough boss.
The fact he one-turned it, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not manipping.
I mean, that, like, that one wasn't manipped.
That was funny. But he's just right there, really easy to run into. And the Cutman battleship, especially V3, it's the range of a sword. It's not that effective, but it does like a bajillion damage.
Fortunately, I don't think it'll be too useful with the.
That's a 4-star run. I need the battleship.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna take the rest of the marathon.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just play this in the corner behind the stage.
Also, yes, the this weird, not quite panic music, but you know, anxious music just takes over the entire game.
So now we got the heat data, and we get a cutscene. You only learn to do that until like, at the end of this scenario, they're like, "Hey, you should go get heat data," and you're like, "Oh, what now?" But since we know it, this is one of the few times that it's not really a sequence break, but you can do this ahead of time to save you time.
Yep. So now
Now we can take the international trip.
we're just gonna go on a casual flight back to Natopia to star in a quiz show, as he was mentioning.
So this is the free pass that lets us just use the airplane as much as we want. Yeah. Now we can take the VIP lane.
So much faster.
Who's that?
Mr. Match. He's back.
The best NPC. Here's a trivia question for the chat. Which of Battle Network 1 through 6 does Mr. Match not appear in?
There's only 1.5, maybe.
Also, if someone wants to say a number between 1 and 20 for no reason whatsoever,
Yes.
I'd appreciate it. Unlock it. That'll be useful later. 9. Thank you, Doc. You gonna do that?
I'll do that after the quiz.
Okay, so this is the quiz. This is Quiz Master. He's going to ask us 10 questions. So I guess we'll do this. Question number 1. What's the popular announcer Rabita's TV show names? These are all like in-game trivia questions for the most part. Is it DNN News, Catalog's Television, or Rise Ship TV? So it's like shout-outs to Catalog's Island, Mega Man Legends. DNN News.
Yes.
Thank you, Rish.
No problem.
Question 2. What's the name of the quick rat-shaped virus?
That we were just complaining about.
Rattan, Ratter, Ratty, or Pure Evil?
Pure evil.
Pure evil.
100%.
That is correct. So the chip is Rattan.
Yes.
The virus is Ratty. Question number 3. What advance occurs when spreaders are in alphabet order? Which
Really?
is hard for some people.
It's very hard, by the way.
Is it powered cannon, H-burst, or O-cannon? Omega cannon, hyperburst.
I like Hyperburst here. I don't know why.
So Powered Cannon is a program advanced in Battle Network 1 that has an amazing animation that does almost no damage.
I didn't know that.
That's pretty funny.
I haven't done a lot of the PS.
Most of the program advances in Battle Network 1 were terrible, and then in 2 they were way too good, so in 3 they kind of struck a balance. Question 4. What shape is Okuden Valley's air monitoring system, which we were actually in this? It was very subtle, you might not have noticed. Is it a guardian, a tent, or a bear?
We were... Well, it's the Guardian, by the way.
It's the thermos, actually. The bomb.
Yes,
So
the
it's
bomb.
the guardian, yeah. There is no tent. Question number 5. So where is the statue of the ancient Mopos god of war? Net Castle, Jewelry Store, or Yai's house?
It's definitely in Yai's house.
Yeah, she also has like a cypress bathtub. It's a very fancy house.
It's in the
So
Net
it's one of those
Castle.
where it's like, you only know this if you talk to everything.
Yeah.
But that was cool. Question 6. All right. We'll see if anyone can actually get that. Now, there's a rooster and it stood on the peak of a barn. It laid an egg. But which side did the egg roll down? The left side or the right side? I think this depends on which hemisphere
lay
you're in.
eggs.
Are you sure?
I don't know. That's definitely it.
It's a trick question, right? You can't lay eggs. Rooster. Question 7. Which has a more powerful attack, Little Bomb or Heat Spread? I have Little Bomb. We've not seen Heat Spread.
This one I actually forget. Are they the same?
It is the same. So question number 8. What is the name of Snake Man's operator? Fought Snake Man. Was it Miss Salmonella? Was it Miss Millions or was it Miss Millionaire? Forgot about that.
What's the difference? It's Miss Millions.
Miss Too Much Money. Question number 9. What wood does the bath in AC/DC Town's largest house use? Hackberry,
I actually
cedar,
don't know this
cypress.
one. Is it? I have no idea.
You sure?
Yes.
Can you think back to 5 questions ago when I might have already said the answer? Someone was paying attention.
Yeah.
Cypress.
Yeah, I was totally paying attention.
All right, question 10. What is in the trash can in Underground Netopia? We didn't really run by this one, so it's one of those where you probably would only notice if you talk to everything. Was it the basketball or the radio or the teddy bear?
I am not sure about this one either.
Oh, Doc. It's the teddy bear.
Huh.
And that's it. So when you do the quiz, you get Gate Key C as well as an HP memory. We're really only interested in Gate Key C.
HP memory is nice because it helps us get one extra level towards the point that we need to be at.
So that's one other slower one that we could get. I think we cut out like a few thousand zenny from the shopping.
Yeah, Gate Key C is really important for traveling back and forth, specifically during this scenario. Oh, hi. Let's refresh this page.
I have wood style.
Yes.
Think I should get another gate man,
It might be a good idea.
just in case.
Unfortunately, you can't do the cool strats.
It's like Reagan Gate Man is good or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Gate Man, I would like to introduce you to my friends.
Gate Man.
Stop hitting yourself.
So similar to how we had Gutsman show up and punch Mega Man into Gutsman earlier, this time we have Mega Man punch the back of Gate Man to throw things at Gate Man. So getting that allows us to actually have 2 copies of the Gator PA. There's very, very few fights during this game where 2 Gator PAs is actually necessary, but there is one in particular that I wouldn't say it's required, but it's very nice to have.
Indeed.
Oh, I'm going to switch right now to the 9. Sorry about that.
Oh, this was interesting. Flowers. I don't think I've ever used this one. So now that we have the shortcuts, we can start using them. That's right.
Yes.
We went to Natopia to do the quiz because since we unlocked this one, we can quickly get from Marine Harbor to Din Area to Natopia. And this will be kind of like the point that we use to get to all of the other areas. Which, the first thing we need to do is go to the internet.
So you have the red thing. I honestly
so
don't
it's like
remember.
bribery and then trade and then back to the internet.
Right. Right, you have to go to the undernet to talk to the guy, give him money, and he'll tell you where the guy that will tell you how to find the dock is.
It's a confusing scenario.
And there's no real guidance on what to do.
There probably is, but then you have to talk to people.
True.
So that is Miss Million's security cube, and if you stay in Natopia, you can use it. It's very close to the internet. And in this fight, if you draw a dash attack, it's actually a little bit better. That's a buff Gate Man. But we'll just use Gutsman and then a Gate Man. Or if you have Aqua Style, you can use... Oh, this won't work because the first one will create a hole that the second soldiers... I wasn't correct. I thought it did that.
Not quite. Not quite.
Weird. Okay. I guess it was something else. Maybe it was the Shockwave. I don't know why I would have a Shockwave in the folder, but that probably wouldn't work. So this is the internet, which looks really cool. Like Battle Network 4 has a very well themed internet, but this one's probably my favorite.
I really like this one.
It was inspired by Microsoft.
I mean, to be fair, this one was so good that they took one of the areas and put it back into BN4.
That is true.
So I believe this is the last HP memory we'll be grabbing. We are now at the perfect amount of HP, and we need one more power-up, correct? Or 1 or 2?
Yeah, some number of power-ups.
And that will allow us to have the correct level that we'll need to be able to sneak run through the final areas of the game.
Yeah. Because you can get to level 100. 51 will let you sneak around in all of the final areas. So, and fortunately, like getting to that level, we don't have to go too far out of our way. So
Yeah.
it works out nicely. Because if we had to deal with some of the random encounters in that area, they're pretty rough.
They are very difficult and can easily kill you.
I have to talk to someone first.
You have to... Huh. Who do you... Oh, do you have to talk to someone in Natopia Square?
No, that's later. I think this is the message board.
Ooh, that might be the case, yeah.
Who is Doc? Who is Doc?
There we go. Okay.
Now we can go there. He's in the chat. We could just ask him. Doc,
Yeah.
who are you?
Who is me? Yes, that is the question, Doc. Who is you?
Oh, it's actually them.
Oh, hey.
Oh, Django.
It's Django.
Okay. Now this is all gonna line up.
Yep. Now you should be all set. So basically, you're just gonna stand in the same spot and jack out of that like piece. That's a computer, right? That you're jacking
Yeah,
into.
we're using the Marine Harbor official PC,
Yeah.
which it happens to be Den Area Square.
Yep. You just keep jacking in there, doing what you need to do, jacking out, going, doing, and jacking right back in.
It's in between like the two places you need to get to.
Yep. It's quite perfectly located.
We used to get like an extra 15,000 zenny, and there's a shop in here where you can buy full cust, which is a really cool chip because it doesn't cost much to rig. And
Yeah.
it instantly fills the custom gauge, so when you're trying to dig for program advances, like that and fast gauge are pretty cool and let you play the game differently, focus more on battle chips as opposed to using your buster and stuff. So there's a lot of more interesting battle chips that you don't really get until you go deeper into the different areas of the game, do some of the side missions.
Yeah. There's several. There are several ways you can play this game. That's with all the different battle chips that exist. There's so many different options that are available to you that you can essentially have multiple play styles of how you want to play the game. Though, for this game, the ideal one is to simply be able to use Gator however that happens.
It's easy to get and one of the most powerful things in the game, like as a single use.
I think casually my folder was 5 full custs, 5 versions of Gateman, 5 wins stars, 5 fan stars, and then 5 attack plus 30s. And that's 25 chips, and then I think I filled the last 5 with like...
How did you get 5 attack plus 30s?
So, this game has a glitch in it called gospel duplication.
You did that?
Yeah, I went and gospel duplicated
When was
it.
this? Was this recent?
I did this a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
It was actually my first real playthrough of BN2 because I never played it like as a kid. So, basically, gospel duplication. Once you beat the final boss of the game, there's no like requirement that you have to save before him or anything like that. In some of the later games, they ask you to save. I don't think any of the Battle Network games it's a requirement.
6.
Oh, yes, it is. No, I don't think so. Because I remember I did a run of BN6 where I saved at Gavel Skip, and then when I died to Gregor, I went back there.
Incorrect.
So basically, because you don't have to save before the final boss, things like attack plus 30, which you can only buy once in the Bugfrag shop, you can end up buying multiple times. If you save before, you buy it from the shop, and then go fight the final boss, beat him, and then reload the save after saving your clear data. Because it doesn't save things like your bug frags or your or things in the shops, but it does save your folder anytime you save your clear data. So this way you can get chips that should otherwise only be acquired once.
So specifically, since on the way to the final boss, there are random encounters and you can get both battle chips and zenny, what they do is they check after the credits are over, compared to the save file, what is the zenny amount and what battle chips are there, and if the save file is missing either, you get them. So it doesn't check anything else like key items. So if you go shopping and buy some chips with bug frags, it'll see that you got some battle chips, so it'll add them in, but it won't remember that you spent bug frags.
and it won't remember that you bought an item that's supposed to only be able to be bought once.
Yeah, it doesn't check the shop, so it doesn't remember that items were bought. Just what battle chips and Zinni you had.
So it's a cool way. You can do the same thing with Blue Mystery data as well.
Yeah, anything that gives you Zinni or battle chips, so
Yep.
you can duplicate. Such as Guardian.
Yes.
5 of them. It's kind of neat, the different things that they tried with the folder for balancing. In Battle Network 1, each folder has to contain 30 battle chips, but what you could put in it varied, and how they classified different battle chips and how many of each you could have. In the first game, you could have 10 of any chip, so you could have like 3 chips in your folder and that was it.
Yep. This game, they lowered that number to 5.
Yeah. Navi chips were treated differently in 1. This game, it's the same thing where it's standard chips and Navi chips. And then in the third game, they introduced the Mega class. So it's like chips that were really powerful that you should have fewer of, but weren't Navi chips, got treated differently. And then they also introduced Giga class.
Yeah, so
You
Mega
have one of.
Mega chips in BN3, you wouldn't be able to put multiple of, like any of them, but you could put up to 5 or 6 different Mega chips into your folder. And then there's Giga chips, which you can only put 1 in your folder at any time in the later games. This game does not have such a thing.
Yeah, you can have all the full cust and prisms and
Yep.
what else is good? Var swords that you want.
Prism Var Swords.
So this is the guy that needs the heat data, which we already got. So now we have yellow cure, so now we can break the yellow ice. And now we just need to go back and forth a couple more times to finish that up.
Yep, so now we can break almost all the ice except blue ice. So the game...
Blue ice.
YOLO cure. So yeah, so now the game leads you along trying to get you to get these items that will eventually let you break blue ice. The funny thing is that you never end up really breaking it. You just kind of get like all the items and then you go and fight this boss and all of the ice just disappears.
They were halfway through making the scenario and they got bored.
Yeah.
So they're like, just wrap it up. Oh. So I'm gonna save, because I'm wood style. This is a terrifying fight. Because there are 3 fishy 2s. These guys are fire element, and after they attack, they leave behind a fire trail, and those stack. They're not, I don't think they're supposed to. So if I step on it, I just die. That does so much damage.
I think that is the only thing, like during the any percent portion of this game, you can actually get one shot by.
That's crazy.
That is a ridiculous amount of damage.
Because I remember that happened to me once, and I'm like, how much damage does that fire panel do? But they stack.
Turns out it's too much.
Sure.
So yeah, he tells you to go find his brother who's
I guess
in
we'll
the undernet. Is his brother? His brother's the orange Navi, right?
The orange Navi, the keymaker.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, this is the Mega Man-athon, a 72-hour live stream charity marathon for Child's Play, where we're going to play a lot of Mega Man games as well as have a MAGFest block and have some different speedruns in here.
MAGFest.
You can do ! Schedule to get information on all the games that will be played, as well as the ! Donate for information on how to donate, as well as the raffle prizes and the bid wars and the donation incentives. And if you missed any runs, they will all be highlighted on Twitch, and I most likely uploaded to YouTube. Need to double check on that.
It's the one thing that 100% kills, like spikes. Yes. Those fire rings.
Hello, Arathar. Maybe next year you too can sit on the red couch.
Join us.
Which actually next year is going to be interesting because they're going to transition over to MAGFest and open it up to speedruns beyond just Mega Man games.
That's going to be fun.
So if speedrunning is interesting to you, you've done it or tried it or want to try it, and there's a game that you like to play enough that you don't mind beating it 100 times, it's a pretty fun way to revisit like old favorites.
Yep. The way I got started speedrunning was I was casually playing Star Force 1, and I skipped a cutscene. And I decided I'm going to see how fast I can play this game.
Did you accidentally skip the cutscene?
Yes, it was entirely on accident.
You can do this? The game goes quicker?
I knew you could skip cutscenes, but every time I casually played it, I was really playing it for the story. And so when I accidentally skipped the cutscene, I'm like, oh, well, rip that. I'm just going to play it really fast now.
That is just a full 180.
No longer can casually play games, by the way.
Oh no, accidentally speedrun. So this is the orange Navi?
Yes. Orange Navi, by the way.
Yeah. So now we have to go back and tell his brother that we found your brother and he's okay. Speaking of brothers, I'm disappointed in Yurish.
I'm so sorry.
We're not related.
GM Big Kev said, Mega Man Battle Network is a strange game, but the commentary is entertaining and the charity is excellent. Thanks for doing this. Thank you for the $10 donation, by the way.
Appreciate that. Thank you for watching and thank you for donating. Yeah, I think anyone that probably sees Battle Network for the first time, it's going to seem pretty weird, especially if you're familiar with Mega Man.
Yeah, going from a platformer to what is essentially an action RPG is kind of it's definitely for different groups of people. It's actually weird for me because I never played the original platformers or anything like that. So I started.
What was your first one? Battle Network 3?
Battle Network 3. So
first Mega Man game ever.
Yes. So I start with that. And so it's weird to me playing platforming Mega Man games. Like, I got the Mega Man Legacy Collection for like the GameCube, I believe. And I was playing through some of those, but those were really weird to me. And then I recently played Mega Man 11, which was a really good game.
Yeah, I still need to play through that. I mean, also playing like the Anniversary Collection on the GameCube, it really doesn't help that they like switch the jump and the shoot buttons.
Yeah.
Because like every time I play Network Transmission and then switch to the Legacy Collection or the Anniversary Collection, I can't do it. I just fall into all the pits because I'm like, I can't shoot myself upward.
Yep, apparently. Your first Mega Man game was BN4?
I'm so sorry.
I was going to say the same thing, but I didn't want to. Of course, it was Arathar that said that too.
But it's like the combat in these games, I think, is unlike any other. And so that's why I'm especially excited, like down in the MAGFest Indie Game Showcase, there's a couple games that are inspired by it because there's not been a game that I feel like has kind of followed up on that combat system and really expanded on what could be done with the Battle Network combat. Like 6 was a really polished game and had pretty good PvP, but it'd be nice to have something new for it. So like One Step from Eden
and Cycleverse.
Yeah.
And Ether After,
Ether After.
is also here at MAGFest, along with One Step from Eden. I actually checked out One Step from Eden yesterday. I was able to go and visit the guys there. Managed to get a free T-shirt by beating the demo they had.
Oh, is that all you have to do?
Yeah, you have to beat the demo they have, which has
you didn't
like
tell them
fights.
that you were a speedrunner, did you?
I told them afterwards.
They're like, "Can we have the shirt back?"
I mentioned hi, I'm Rich, by the way, afterwards, and he's like, oh, you're the guy with the channel with like all of the pictures of you. I was like, yes,
That's the perfect way to remember
I
you.
was like, yes, that is me.
I'm amazed he didn't recognize you.
Yeah,
Maybe because you weren't
well-
dabbing.
Never. Actually, when I first got there, I was talking not to the actual developer. I was talking
the
to
one
one of the
who's on
volunteers there.
Gotcha.
And then after I had gotten the shirt, they mentioned like, hey, by the way, this guy said he's from the Team BN Discord, and he's like, yeah, I heard about
seen
that.
you.
Thanks for the shirt, Team BN, by the way. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I had never played the One Step from Eden demo before, so that was a lot of fun. The combat is really good, and I really like the combat in these games is really interesting. Like the whole strategic element to it, having to build a folder before going into combat, and then basically for PVE or not player versus player combat, the trying to understand the patterns of the different enemies is also quite interesting. Trying to figure out what's the most optimal way to delete them. So.
Yeah, so at the Mega Man-athon, we try to represent all the series every year, but it's difficult, especially for like Battle Network, Star Force, Zero, Legends, because those are like smaller fan bases, fewer people, and the games are just like longer and harder in general. So having someone that has played it enough to like go through it quickly, such as Blue Metal, who was here last year, so it was cool having him give us a good showing of the Mega Man Legends games, because those are really good. Some of my favorites as well.
Speaking of Blue Metal.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Shoutouts.
That emote.
True trees. I missed the first one. 3 trees. I don't know why. This is the only place you see trees. They're trying to guide you to this guy. So this is probably the third fight that would kill you if you weren't prepared for it, because these guys, Null and Void, have insane health regeneration that you're not going to see because they're about to get deleted.
Yes, yeah. So if you do damage to any of them and not through a time stop without deleting them, they start healing back instantly and really fast.
Very fast health regeneration.
So you have to preferably delete them in one hit, such as with Gator, best PA in the game.
Yeah. And then, like, this is especially dangerous if you're heat style, because they put whirlpools on your side, and they jump on your side of the area, and they push you onto the whirlpools. That's their attack. They push you into the whirlpool.
And they do aqua damage, so as heat, you just die. Luckily, we don't usually get heat. I feel like it's very uncommon.
Unless you're Glenn.
True.
Like, everyone's just got this one, oh, that's the style I get. So if you pay close attention to the shape of this particular square, it's a skull.
Yep.
So this is Gospel HQ, just kind of like the Wily area of the game. So these yellow ice fights, they're fixed, and they're really dangerous. And so hopefully, we'll see how this goes. I don't have a very
Pick
useful
the gut
buff
shoot
here.
PA and then just added it.
Garbage.
It's really funny.
Garbage.
It's not Gator, not worth my time.
So you're not worth the time. Stop.
So this fight is really annoying because the different enemies, the flappies, are always at a sync unless you manage to delete them right off the bat. So, oh, perfect.
So I'm gonna hold BA and push start, not select, otherwise that'd be really awkward.
Yeah.
So you can buffer the A input. And I was holding B so I didn't let go of the charge shot, which will lock me in place. All 3 on the ground at the same time afterwards?
Yeah. That's really good. Not very common. It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
There's very brief windows like that.
And the next 2 fights are also fire, so similar to the one where I instantly died earlier, except they're staggered, which makes it a little easier. I'll just do the fight.
I think that'll actually do it.
Uh-oh.
Maybe not.
fine. I don't know if I got the one with 10 health.
No.
Oh.
Shouldn't be a huge deal.
Yeah. 2 range attack.
Ah,
Oh.
perfect.
Can't tell if the game is
Exactly what you wanted
helping me or mocking me.
there. Why not both? Yes, sir.
Well,
He actually.
it's not enough damage, but I kind of want to do it just because.
I understand that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. It's.
Because these guys crack panels. So the middle one's going to move first.
Chicken complete.
Oh, he jumped back. That's weird.
Does dash attack go over?
Huh?
Does dash attack go over?
I'm dashing.
I figured, but I wasn't entirely sure.
All right. So this guy has a barrier, kind of like Quickman, but not. So there's a chance that this goes really quickly.
Yep. And it's gonna
Oh my
go
gosh.
perfectly.
Plus 30. So Freeze Man's gonna dab for us, and someone won't.
And yep, there it is.
But he basically activates an ice barrier that you have to destroy.
That's
It
like
takes a second, so if you can hit him with Gator before he does that, you just wipe him out.
It has about 100 health, right? I think is how much health the barrier has. Or maybe
Something
it
like that.
might be less.
Uh,
So now after all that, we just get to go home, go to sleep. Yeah.
no, we gotta talk to Mom.
Right. Always talk to Mom. Well, not always, but.
ACDC. Yeah, so this is ACDC Town, and we use the metro station, and so we get the ACDC pass so we can get to the ACDC area.
So right now he's gonna go. You're going to the shop, right, to pick up the last few things.
Well, it's the story trigger, but we are shopping as well.
Right, I forgot.
Which I usually forget the story thing.
I always forget the
or
story
the
trigger.
shopping thing.
You always
I
forget
forget
the
the shopping
shopping.
thing.
I always forget the story trigger, as can be told by the fact that I thought you were just gonna go shopping.
That's funny. It's like you went shopping and then, all right, we're done. What do I do next?
Yep.
So this is where looks like I have enough extras in it. I can get it.
Yeah.
Oh no, there was another power up that I didn't buy in Netopia. So we still need to pick
yes.
up one more. And I got one more sub mem, so now we can carry 6 sneak runs. So I had 8,000 extras in it, and that's after missing 9,000. So this is pretty good.
Yep.
And most of that just came from virus fights. Factoring in all the blue mystery datas and the fixed Zenny drops, we have just enough to get everything. Probably not midnight.
Unfortunately not.
So now we're gonna talk to Dad, and then Plot's gonna. Where is he?
Is he? Oh, he does what I did. He did what I usually do.
It's like, oh, we went shopping. We're done now.
Right after you were done saying that too.
I was so caught up by the fact that I had 8,000 Zenny. We have teleports.
Yep. It's not the biggest of deals.
We haven't died unintentionally yet. So that's good.
Yes.
So now you can see it's a skull. A little bit.
There's a lot of little details like that in a lot of these games.
That's a bad prog. Don't talk to him. He's sassy.
Oh, if you talk to him, he just says, "I'm a bad prog" or something weird like that. A lot of these NPCs have like really funny dialogue if you talk to them, because they're basically there for filler. You don't have to talk to any of them, so the devs kind of just had fun with it.
There's one more power up we need to get, but we can't yet. until we
So you have, yeah.
go to the next area.
So now we're in Radiation Town.
Kotobuki.
I mean Kotobuki.
Server power 600% and growing.
So this is a kind of hidden power-up.
There are several hidden NPCs that give you different things. This is probably one of the most hidden ones.
Yeah, so you can barely see the little green
It's got the little
pixels
flash thing.
going up and down. You see a little flash,
That's a problem.
and apparently there's just a prog there that gives you a power-up.
Crazy. So now I think, well, let's just double check.
Perfect.
Level 51. So
Yep.
we're good. 6 sneak rounds. Let's go beat the game.
Yeah. So if you talk to these NPCs, the ones that are walking sideways, they are essentially just super irradiated. Land's fine though because he has a radiation suit on.
50k times. Invisible. Imported.
Completely invisible. You can't see a thing. Also, there's a cutscene that was skipped where your friends show up also wearing radiation suits. So they sent
It's from Yai's family's company.
So they sent a bunch of 10-year-olds to this irradiated town to try and solve the mystery of gospel. So this area is really kind of weird. So because of the radiation, basically the navigation of the area is messed up. So whenever you take a warp, it's the same every time, but basically you get sent to another location than what the warp is supposed to send you to. You can pick up these L bits to put them into these little machines near the warps that is supposed to fix them so that you can properly navigate your way through each of the areas.
Yeah, short for elevator bit, because each one of those gives you access to another floor that takes you to the warp that you've then lost access to. And we're trying to get to the penthouse.
Also, this is my favorite music in the game, by the way.
I mean, it is a good track. It's called You Can't Go Back.
Okay, actually, I lied. There's one track in this game that I do like better than this. Unfortunately, we won't be hearing it. WWW area.
Oh, yeah, it
And
does.
you will know the truth. That one is really good.
It is. I really like B&2's post-game area. 2 and 3 both had really good post-game.
Yeah.
I feel like 2's is a little easier to get into, quicker to get into.
It's definitely easier to get into. There's a little bit less of it. There's definitely less of it. Because it's 4 stars or 5, I guess, maybe, technically.
4 stars, not 7.
Versus 7
Stars don't mean anything, Rish.
But yeah, so... But they are very similar, and BN2's is definitely a lot easier to get into, simply because you can get things like Gator, which do almost 1,000 damage very quickly.
There's also like just less requirements.
Oh yeah. There's definitely fewer requirements to get through the different post-game areas.
Now we get my favorite L bit. 42.
L-bit Tterraj42.
EL bit 42.
Funnily enough, L-bit 42 is actually the indicator that you now need to jack out and go to a different area to get another L-bit from a different set of warps. It's okay, we happen to have 420 HP. Just for you, Doc.
Gotta go fast. I like how bits of the building are here. Because, like, there's so much internet radiation that they just kind of mix together.
Yeah, exactly.
So is this augmented reality or virtual reality?
I think this is the definition of virtual reality.
It's virtually real.
Yeah,
The world has been augmented.
yeah. Wait. This is a tough choice. Not sure. So now we can use that Elbit 42 so that we can fix this warp and grab which I forget.
That's just a random number.
There's
We
a
already
number.
got Elbit EV,
Yeah.
which is the main one.
Yeah.
Now you just have to get to the place to put it.
So now it's pretty straightforward from here. You basically just keep going
Straightforward.
Well,
I mean, I'm always going in a straight line.
yeah, until you turn.
Then it's a different straight line.
Yes.
Can you face not forward?
Not forward. Huh. That is a great question. I don't think you can. Unless. Oh.
Your facing is by definition forward?
Yeah, I think so. It's definitely the case. 100%.
You'd think, like, this would be the most confusing area, but somehow, because it's distinct, it is less confusing than just the general internet. Because you do this once as opposed to the undernet 7 times.
Yeah. You just go through this area. You have to jack out once. Or,
Yeah, and there's even
or
like a
travel backwards once.
indicator for it.
Yep.
Oh, I guess so. There's a power up over there.
Yep. I mean, you have, what, 4 attack? 5 charge?
Something like it.
Could use 1 more charge. Might help on Gospel.
No, I've maxed out charge. I always do that because I'm hoping that I get a good style. Thanks, Rish.
Okay, listen.
I've practiced the minute.
I have too.
I'm quoting you. I've not practiced.
I have practiced it a little bit. Not in a while, though.
RNG.
I'm pretty sure I was...
Kind of suggestion. So this marks that we're at the end. So we sneak run ran out.
Wow.
All right.
So now this
That's
is the
fine.
game's boss rush.
This is a really buff airman. Or really buff gate man.
Yeah, so
I don't think it's gonna kill him.
I think it is.
30 left. All right. Whose wind is stronger?
I was thinking you had V3 for some reason, which makes no sense because you can't rig. Yeah.
V3, that would have definitely done it. Ooh. It's a 1 frame.
Oh, can you do it?
We have 2 copies.
Go for it. You also still have Guts shoot.
Do I?
I think so.
Guts who?
I don't
no,
think
that
you
was
got
too
it.
slow.
Yeah.
There's 1 frame at the start of the fight where he's still vulnerable. Not even Gator can stop this man. Ah, my face.
Oh, well, you got it again.
When? And since he's vulnerable while he's moving and I don't have to aim this.
The second
As soon
he
as he
moves,
starts.
you just press A. Press A, win game. Easy.
He's moving so fast, he's only half there.
The bird flying up scared me for a
Oh,
second.
is it?
I was like, what is that? It's a bird. It's a plane.
It's like, we're done here. All right.
Can't have birds in this.
I'm going to use Silver Fist because it breaks the rock. And now this fight's really funny.
Because you can just stand here. Quit bullying the little quick man or cut man. Wait, that worked.
Calculated.
All according to plan. So that's the first part of the boss rush.
Yeah.
Just the first 3 bosses that we fought that were a part of the story, at least. Bosses like Gutsman and Gateman do not count towards that.
So this is the top floor, and if you try to open this door, you get electrocuted by internet irradiation. But Land's a tough kid. He'll walk it off.
Yeah, no big deal.
And then we get the cool area. The same thing.
Yes.
It's a cool area.
Gospel Server 1.
This is area grab star, 10,000 zenny, something else. It's got some good Blue Mr. Dead in here.
I think there's an HP memory in here if I recall, but
Oh, I was gonna save, but I guess it's Nightman. It's only Nightman.
and Magnet Man and
Who?
Freeze Man.
Yeah, my Buster does 4 damage though. So this is Nightman's other attack.
You got it. You got.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Super dead.
Keep in mind that Magnet Man and Freeze Man both have 1,000 HP, so you need more than just Gator.
Is that? Are you sure? Let me check your maths on that.
You got it.
That's a draw.
Even the
That's a
attack
draw.
plus 30.
It's like this is the only thing that would kill him. 2 attack plus 10s.
And one more fight in this gauntlet.
Didn't
Wow.
get it.
Unfortunate.
But we get to see him actually do stuff now.
So yeah, this is his shield.
And my charge attack does not work. Okay,
There you
so
go.
we'll do this.
You're gonna need to do 6 damage.
2 buster shots.
Yes.
Go! They almost look like they block projectiles.
I know.
It's almost.
Thank God they don't, because that.
Freeze Man's got one other attack, but we're never gonna see it. So
Yep. Where did that prog come from?
he's like crickety. You should probably save. You know?
I can do it.
It hurts. So this is the final comp. That guy's really cool.
Yeah.
We've never seen him before.
Yeah. I mean, in a few cutscenes you see him, but
Oh yeah, that's true. Use a sneak run.
yep.
Now we're
Co-op
coming up
enemies.
on the final boss, Base,
Yeah.
who we saw earlier
Did we?
in a different game.
In a different game. You're right.
Earlier in this marathon.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't. The run before this was Unlimited, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which had him as a boss as well.
And then earlier we had Mega Man 10. You saw part of a base run, which is pretty cool.
So unfortunately, because we're not Aqua style, I don't get to show you the cool tech. Unfortunately.
You didn't open draw Gator. Are you even trying?
Don't want to talk about it.
Wind, fan,
Attack plus 10.
Gutsman. Well, it's a good thing we got a second one.
Hold on.
Somewhere?
Somewhere, yeah.
You got wind and fan. We just need one more.
No, I picked the attack plus 10. I want to keep that, actually.
Well, after you Silver Fist him, you won't need the attack plus 30.
Oh, you're right. Oh, God. What is the command
Just
code
damage
again?
boost. Oh, it's like right, up, left, down, right. So just go in a circle.
That's the one.
Easy.
No, I was just trying to remember what the
Yeah.
circle was. I knew it was a circle.
It's like
Fan.
clockwise,
Gate,
counterclockwise.
wind, fan, gate man. Picking the attack plus 30
Gutsman,
just to
wind,
be
fan,
safe.
Gutsman. Gutter.
I still can't believe I
He
picked the
has
attack
iframes.
plus 10. I'm well aware. Ow.
You did it. You won.
Yay. Final boss.
And we're not done
Just
yet.
kidding.
So he's got 2 forms. That was not the real. Hey, it's that one kid from the plane.
Oh.
And now everyone's
wow.
getting internet
Plot
radiation.
twist.
So this is Gospel, and he is a internet bug organism created through bug fusion because we're creative. He's got 2,000 HP, and he's got armor, and he's only vulnerable when attacking, but he also spawns out bug frags randomly.
Should have known.
Randomly. Never down the same row twice. This is a buff gator.
You think I can get it off in time?
You'd probably get blocked. I mean, the worst thing that can happen in this fight is a bug frag spawn right as you use Gator and it absorbs all the damage. Now that he's below 1,000 HP, he's going to start transforming.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could take advantage of that. Or not.
Okay.
We have a second Gator in our folder that you can use. You don't need chips. You can buster all of
I could. Okay.
Quick man, I can't. He's so fast.
I promise I won't die to this fight. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of like everything. I basically just need to draw the second gate man.
And then after a few attacks, he'll do the charge, and then like break a couple of your panels, and it makes it really hard to dodge, especially with wood style, because your buster's really awkward, and sometimes it'll just go around the bug frag, and those do 50 damage each. But if he does the charge attack a second time, he'll crack the panel in front of him. Which is pretty crazy.
Yep. So the second charge attack, which should be coming up shortly. Is this the?
Yeah. So you can just kill him.
Wind, fan, gate man.
That is correct.
Hopefully.
Now, if you get him below 500 HP, he starts doing a fire breath attack that is whichever element you're weak to, which is pretty crazy.
Can I just? Yeah.
Yeah, like the transformations give you time to hit him. It generally stops bug frags for a little bit, so it does kill him. Time's coming up soon if you want to hit that. There's an audio cue for it. But basically, we've beaten all the bosses in the game, so good job. You did it. You used Gator.
Yeah.
And time. That's very satisfying. Higsby's there too. Battle Network 2 and 3 have some of my favorite credits. They just like do a lot of really good skits and have some nice music that you don't get anywhere else in the game. A later be in game. Well, later.
Yes.
I mean, Rockman EXE WonderSwan technically happened somewhere after the first game.
Yes.
It was the first appearance of the life virus.
Yes.
It inspired network transmission, and it was heavily supported by Little Fat Kid.
Yes. One might say he made the game.
We know so much about it thanks to him. But yeah, so Bass was in the game, and then we fought Gospel. Gospel's based off of Treble, so that's kind of like the classic tie-in.
Story-wise, we technically were fighting a clone of Bass.
Yep.
The real Bass, as you'll see at the end of the credits, actually is chilling at the end of the internet. Also, yes, Gospel is very related to final boss in one of the later games. In fact, he's technically a clone of one of them.
I guess unintentionally.
No, they said like in the story, they were building Gospel based off of Gregar. Like that's how they chose to come up with Gospel.
That was an accident, though. Did 6 say it differently? Because in 2, your dad calls you up and says, they're trying to create using bug fusion. That will never work. You'll create a multi-bug organism. And Lan's like, oh, so that's what this is. Dad's like, what? Go run. It's like, I'll call you back. Hold on.
So Falzar is actually created by humans to counteract Gregar. That's how that works.
Mm-hmm. Which was interesting. Yeah.
What would be worse than one Psy Beast? 2 Psy Beasts.
This is a good image. So now Sean has friends. He's repented from his crime lord ways.
Even though he was supposedly the leader of Gospel.
It's wily.
So here is
the best area in the game. We don't get the good theme though. You have to earn that.
You have to earn that by playing through the game. So that's the real Bass.
Insolence spelling.
Well, oh wait, no, this is the fake Bass, who just gets
He looks like a real Bass.
blown up.
One shot. He didn't have undershirt on.
And that's the real Bass. Breeding copies of me.
So Base is a little salty. He's pretty cool in the Battle Network games. I like what they did with him. Right at 3 hours. I feel like I ran a little over estimate. But yeah, it's level 51, 56. And that's pretty much it. So Battle Network 2 is one of my favorite games. The Battle Network series is very different, but the combat is unlike anything else that I really like. It's still my favorite system to the day. So I'm looking forward to going to the MAGFest Indie Game Showcase to see the couple games that are inspired by it.
It's really good.
And then otherwise, if you like Battle Network, we have Star Force later in the marathon, as well as Network Transmission. That'll happen tomorrow night.
Yes.
Overnight.
The Star Force 3 run is supposed to start at about 3:40 in the morning Eastern time.
You can do ! schedule and see when that is, and they'll auto-adjust your time zone.
Following the Star Force run, like directly after, will be Terra with NT.
Yeah, so we'll do that. And then 3 weeks from now, Team BN will have a marathon, which is just Battle Network and Star Force.
Yes, January 26th and 27th, I believe.
Check that out. But for right now, we have more Mega Man coming up. Forget what the next game is, do you know?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, but stay tuned for that, and we'll get set up for it now. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed Battle Network, and we'll see you around MAGFest.